Hi guys, welcome to Spurred On and a brand new experiment on this channel, a live game stream watch along for the West Ham Tottenham Hotspur, potentially most important game in my lifetime, most important week for Spurs in my lifetime. Anyway, I'm not alone. I shouldn't just talk on my own all day. I'm not going to do that all night. I have got the wonderful, the amazing Smithy from Soccer.
Come on, massive game, mate. This is huge.
So you're feeling nervous?
I feel sick, mate, to be honest with you.
I'm not surprised because I should also say that we have a West Ham fan with us. I assume that's got something to do with it.
Yeah.
Rob, you are our token West Ham fan. How are you feeling?
Token West Ham fan. Feeling negative, not very optimistic, so the same as normal, really.
The worst thing about that is, as a Spurs fan, he feels negative, and because of that, I think, oh, he feels negative. That means they're probably going to win somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I should also say we're not even alone. This is such a high technology experiment. We even have a social media corner with Squawker Dave and Jack Bryden, our very own Spurred On social media expert.
Come on, boys.
Hello. How's it going, chaps? You ready for it? A phrase?
I mean, basically, we've had to...
Afraid?
We've had to get a porta potty over here just because we're so nervous about the game. We actually borrowed it off Jack, so that was no problem. What do you guys think? Obviously, Dave, you're a Man United fan, aren't you? So you're not that bothered.
No, it's a big game today for obviously Man United playing Watford, but also Darmstadt are playing Dortmund at the moment. Obviously, Spurs' opponents in the Europa League. Looking pretty decent, but no Marco Reus or Mkhitaryan.
Well, we've got Jack Bryden doing a personal scouting mission for us on the Dortmund Twitter feed.
It's 0-0 at the moment, and they're not looking that dangerous.
That's why we've just put Jack in the corner rather than having him front. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the game. Obviously, what's going to happen in this is we are going to watch the game and then report on it for you. It's a format that's never been tried before in broadcasting. Never have people watched games and it been reported on. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Have you, Smithy?
Don't think so.
No. Rob?
No, I spent Saturday afternoons just sitting and thinking about games.
Let's do the team news. Team news came out about 45 minutes ago. I'll read out the Spurs team. It is Hugo Lloris, whoop, it's the sounds of Lloris in goal. Kieran Trippier and Ben Davis come back in for Kyle Walker and Danny Rose at fullback. Kevin Wimmer and Toby recreate once again their budding bromance in their attempts to take over from the bromance of Toby and Jan Vertonghen at centre-back. And then Eric Dyer plays in his usual role in front of the back four, with Ryan Mason coming in, who played very well, as Smithy said earlier, against Fiorentina, so pretty happy with that.
Great game.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think he's the kind of player, kind of homegrown player you want in a game against West Ham as well. Hopefully him against Noble should be an interesting one. And then behind Harry Kane, we've got Eric Lamela, Nasser Chadli comes in, and Christian Eriksen. For me, Smithy, I think Nasser Chadli coming in is really good because not only offensively, but he's tall and can head it defensively, and they've got a lot of big players.
Also, Nasser Chadli, he's done so well coming off the bench and scoring goals. And let's not forget, he is a goal-scoring midfielder. He creates, he scores goals. I think he deserves his shot, let's be honest. He's had injuries, he's been a bit unlucky, and I was happy to see him named in the starting 11. Yeah. I know a lot of people that, Son's been great and everything, but I think he could be a little hidden gem for us tonight. Yeah,
absolutely. And Rob, from a West Ham point of view, when you look at that lineup for Spurs, what do you think? What are you worried about?
Well, Eric Dyer, I believe, scored against us on his debut, so...
Last minute. Took it round the keeper. Not many centre-backs playing at right-back who can take it round the keeper in the last minute of a game.
No, but we found a way. Did he score? He scored the game after that, didn't he? And then
he did
score.
He has a really excellent record of scoring in August.
I think he was the first defender in Premier League history to score with his first two games.
That is a stat. Can Squawker Dave, off the top of his head, tell us whether that stat is true?
There you go.
Confirmed by Squawker Dave.
I've got some stats if you like that.
There we go.
Lovely.
Okay. You weren't happy with that? First two touches. Give him a break. First two games. That's good enough. He was a centre-back at the time. Unbelievable.
I have to cut in because not only are we going to bring you stuff from this room right here, we're going to bring you stuff from around the world, and we have a guest now calling in on Skype. It is only the producer of the Football Republic, one of the world's best football YouTube channels, Mr. Adam Boltwood. Are you there, Adam?
What an intro. That's incredible. Thanks very much. How are you guys doing?
We're doing very well. Can you hear him, Smithy?
I can hear him just about. Adam, can I just say, I saw you walking down the street about an hour ago and you completely ignored me.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was in ward of my own, very nervous. I'm very nervous about this game. I'm feeling a bit on edge.
Yeah, well, more importantly than you being on edge is what a lovely living room you've got.
Thank you. This is obviously you can tell that my girlfriend is decorated.
Are you there, Adam?
Nothing to do with me. But yeah, it looks a lot nicer than if I did it.
Very nice.
Okay, and more importantly, so you're feeling nervous about the game? You've seen the lineup? How are you feeling about that?
Just listening to you there, running it down. I think good lineup. I'm feeling like kind of quietly confident. I think you guys talking about Chadley there. He's a good inclusion. Obviously, scored at the weekend. So I don't know. You feel like you want to lean back on the fact that Spurs. You feel like it could all go wrong, but this season's obviously been very different from that.
New Spurs, I like to call it.
It's going to be a tough game, though. I mean, West Ham have had a good season. Their home records is good. I mean, it's going to be a very tight game. This, I think.
I'm unbeaten at home since August.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you lost away? Is it not the same?
August, yeah. First game of the season.
That's good, see. That's one hell of a stat. I think, what's Barnaby and you guys, what's your score predictions then?
Well, it's funny you should say that, Adam, because we're going to do a little piece in a second where we do our big score predictions. I don't want to jump the gun and blow our load before that exciting feature. That's for sure. So why don't we ask you what your score prediction will be?
I think I'm going to be confident. I'm going to go for, I think it's going to be 2-1. I think we'll concede. I think, similar to Swansea, I think, we always look like we're going to score in every game. How many shots on target did we have?
34. Well, we had 34 shots, and it was, I think, 14 shots on target with Fabianski making more saves than anyone else had for a long time.
So hopefully today as well, we're going to create a lot of chances. That gives me a lot of confidence. So hopefully,
so why
we're
don't we
going
ask
to
you
win
what your
2-1.
score 2-1. Fantastic, Adam. I'm going to cut you off not just because you're much more handsome than me, but also because I can hear a really annoying echo of myself, but 10 seconds in advance, like behind myself. It's like what would happen.
I'm so glad you're getting that as well, because I'm getting exactly that.
It's completely crazy. So, Adam, thank you very much. Good luck, and come on, you Spurs.
Spurs.
Should say, guys, the teams are in the tunnel. We can see that. Hugo Lloris leading out Spurs, obviously, and Mark Noble for West Ham. Hugo looks very focused. Harry Kane is wearing his protective mask again. Smithy, do you think that will affect and has affected his ability to score goals?
No, not at all. I mean, it's the kind of thing that I would want to wear one of them, even if I didn't have anything wrong with me. Sunday League, it's just wicked, isn't it?
Very cool.
Why not?
Well, you famously play Sunday League for the Oxshott Royals.
I do, for Mighty Oxshott Royals, and we on Soccer, and we actually have been filming our last few Oxshott Royals, and we've got another Sunday League vid coming very soon.
Am I right in thinking that there is a video of you online scoring an absolute worldie for them?
Yeah, I don't want to go on about it, but there is. Who is the Sunday League Messi, it's called.
What do they have to type into the search engine on YouTube to watch
Who is the Sunday League Messi on Soccer M's YouTube channel? Have a look.
Well, look at this, plugging left, right and centre. Rob,
you asked me the question, yeah.
Rob, you're seeing a view of the Berlin ground. This will be the last Tottenham Hotspur versus West Ham game at the old stadium as they walk out. How does it feel, saying goodbye to the ground and moving to the Olympic Stadium? Are you excited?
It's difficult because there's so much history there, and obviously everyone dwells on the history side of things, but the stadium we're moving into is about as good as you can get. So many of these new stadiums are soulless. And have been, the ones that have been built for the last 20 years. I mean, you look at the Emirates Stadium, as nice as it looks, it's not got a lot of atmosphere.
I don't even think it looks nice.
No, that's true. And if
you're preaching to the wrong crowd.
Yeah, if you sit in the back seats, you still get rain on you.
Yes, that's ridiculous. Okay, so the players have gone out on the pitch. I'm going to throw over and speak to Squawker Dave. He's going to give us a little insight into some stuff that is happening with other football, as if there's other football to be talking about.
Well, first up, Dortmund have taken the lead against Darmstadt. Adrian Ramos just scored from a Aubameyang, cross came in, Aubameyang header saved, and then Ramos was there to put it in. Interestingly enough, they've switched from their traditional 4-3-3 playing under Tuchel to more of a 4-4-2. Will they play that against Spurs? It could work. Two big strikers up against Spurs. Not, teams that have struggled this season playing Spurs may have gone that way.
Yeah, I mean, we've got quite a physical defence, so I mean, if they do play two big strikers up top, then I think Toby is more than capable
of dealing with him.
And Wimmer as well come into the team, and he's playing incredibly. So, it'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, sweet. What we're going to do now, as I previously mentioned while talking to Adam Boltwood, is I'm going to ask Smithy, Rob and Dave for their predictions, but not just of the Spurs-West Ham game. I'm going to ask of the 4 important games, as I like to call them, tonight. So that is Spurs-West Ham, Liverpool-City, of course, because I think we want Liverpool to win that one so that City remain at least 7 points behind us. Woolwich against Swansea. We need Swansea to do us a favour in that one. And Man United against Watford, just because I would love Watford to turn them over and it'll annoy Dave. So first up, Smithy, your prediction for the Spurs versus West Ham game.
This is so hard.
Okay. I only asked for a prediction, not anything to do with your pants. But
I'm torn between 1-1 and a 2-1 for us. I do think this is going to be a very difficult game.
Okay. Tight one.
I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but I'm going to go 1-0, mate.
1-0, score draw.
And
good.
let's not forget that's not a bad result because
No,
we
that'd be
beat
a terrific
Arsenal,
result.
we still go top.
I
With
think that'd be terrific result. Rob, you're for Spurs West Ham.
3-3, both teams playing on the break, both teams attacking.
Wow.
3-3. Interesting considering Spurs haven't conceded 2 since I think the 3rd or 4th game of the season in the league.
He's done his research, hasn't he?
And Squawker Dave.
I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs. Harry Kane brace.
Wow.
0-2. Okay,
always
excellent.
liked Squawker Dave.
Liverpool City then, Smithy.
I think Liverpool will get something from this. I think the fact that they lost the League Cup final against City and they're playing them a couple of days later and they lost it quite an emotional way. Losing on penalties is a horrible way to lose. I think they will get a point from that.
Okay.
So let's go 2-2 for that for me.
2-2.
Which will be a great result for us because we want City to slip up.
Yeah,
and I think they will.
I should say, I forgot to tell you that my prediction for the Spurs West Ham game is also 1-1. Okay, so Rob, Liverpool City.
I'm going to go 0-0. I think both teams with a cup final hangover. City look a bit disinterested, have bigger things in their mind, Champions League. Seem to have kind of given up on the Premier League, and Liverpool, I think, are broken. Broken team.
Should say as we break into that, Mauricio Pochettino and Slaven Bilic have just embraced on the side of the pitch as Pochettino came out, and it was like a specialist film that I once saw. Fantastic, loving embrace. For the Liverpool City game, I am going to go 2-1 Man City. I think they will get something there. Dave, what about you?
3-1 Man City. I think the Liverpool team, they've gone with John Flanagan at left back. You know, Moreno's been very poor lately, but they've gone with Origi up front. I would have just gone Firmino. You saw in the 4-1 victory for Liverpool that the pressing from the front was really crucial.
Yeah.
And I feel without having a midfielder there, they don't have that same level of aggression. So I think City will dominate this game.
Okay, fantastic. We're going to rush through these now because we're about to kick off. Spurs have got kick off and we've kicked off, and so far 100% possession for Spurs. So fantastic. Arsenal versus Swansea. Smithy, I'm going with you first.
I think Arsenal win. I hate to say it. I would absolutely love. I will kiss you. I shouldn't have said that, but if Swansea, I'll be delighted. But I do think Arsenal will win that.
Score?
3-1.
3-1 Arsenal. Rob, what about you?
1-0 for me. I think Arsenal doing their classic Arsenal thing in March.
1-1.
Yeah.
Okay, just a bit of a worry there. Toby Alderweireld let the ball bounce in one of those situations at the back where you just never let the ball bounce. I believe that's the first time he's done that all season though, so I'll let him get away with that.
Say, 29 seconds in, we are all over you here.
West Ham just appealing for a foul by the fullback on our byline, but he's got it as well. It's a foul to West Ham in a very dangerous area. So it's Aaron Cresswell who's nicked it down past Kieran Trippier, and Trippier's pulled him back. This is very dangerous.
It's a very soft foul.
Can I say, Smithy? I think Spurs. I don't want to start with negativity here, but I think Spurs give away way too many fouls in this kind of area.
I'd agree with that.
So
free kick.
this is incredibly dangerous early doors.
It's a silly thing to do early in the game because you're on the back foot immediately. It gives them. I mean, Payet, you don't need to give him any more than he's got in his locker anyway.
Stay strong, boys. Please stay
position.
strong, Spurs. Come on, let's.
The dead ball has been ridiculous this year.
Oh God, get rid. Well done, Hugo. Punches it away. Lovely big punch.
Not fully
Coyote has picked it up, I think.
Can I just say, it's chucking it down a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, the conditions couldn't suit West Ham anymore as well.
Well, the pitch at Upton Park on Sunday for the Sunderland game was atrocious. Now, that's the weather's going to help.
Well, to be honest, though, I think a little bit of wetness has actually kind of almost nullified the bobbly nature of it. So that could help us a little bit. Anyway, 2 minutes gone, and Spurs have got a throw in at left back. Ben Davies to take it. Back to the predictions. Me for Arsenal, Swansea. I think that'll be 2-0. And Dave, Arsenal, Swansea.
I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal after getting beaten by Rashford and the lads. I think there's going to be a reaction.
Oh yeah, Marcus Rashford.
Totally agree, yeah.
How long have I been telling you guys about Marcus Rashford now? Months and months and months. Okay, so now Man United, Watford, Smithy. Man United, Watford. Don't care.
I think United will win that.
Yeah, score?
I'll go 2-0 United.
Can I say, Mauricio Pochettino, a little shot of him on the sideline, looking livid already.
You wouldn't want to mess with him, would you?
I was going to say, what I love about Pochettino, and I
mess
think
with
that it's vital in all the best managers, is he does have a hint about him like he could absolutely murder you.
Just similar to Slaven Bilic in that sense.
Yeah,
Both
do you know what?
softly spoken, but both of them I would not.
They're
want
quite
to
similar
upset.
gaffers in that sense.
Slaven Bilic is so softly spoken that when he does the interviews for Match of the Day after the game, you can hear how much they've turned up the sound on it, and you can basically hear it go in the background. Okay, so Rob, Man U, Watford.
Man U, Watford, I'm going to go 2-0 Man U as well.
Same as Smithy. I'm going to go 1-2. I think Watford might get something
Do
there.
you?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I think Troy Igalo will score. And Dave...
Troy Igalo.
Troy Deeney and Igalo. I said Troy Deeney and Igalo will score. Just while we're at this, last week I accidentally called Pierre, what's his name, Aubameyang, Patrick Aubameyang, and I've been getting so much stick for it all week.
People don't forget those things.
No, they really
That's
don't.
the easy part of the name to get.
So, Rob,
Exactly. Yeah.
free kick to Spurs in
Come
the
on, you
opposition.
Spurs!
At last, we're getting a little bit of traction on the pitch. Dave, just quickly.
I'm a bit nervy for this game because United have been so hot and cold this season, but with the pace of Rashford, Martial and Memphis Depay, I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Is Martial back fit?
He is back fit. He's playing on the right today, so Jess Lingard's been pushed to the bench, which I think is a very, very good move.
Okay, so
he's
it's
not the best on
2-1,
the ball.
did you? 2-1?
2-1 to United.
Great, so that's all our predictions. We will come back to them after the game. So I would so far describe the game. Oh, I'll tell you what,
Go on,
Eriksen's
Christian.
got out wide here. Get a good, decent delivery in, Christian.
We're being Christian!
Oh my days! That was a fantastic cross from Christian Eriksen that he got in the
Great
Pomo.
clearance that
and
was.
Kane nearly on the end of it. Was it James Collins who cleared that, Rob?
Didn't see. It was a
Is that because you had your hands over your eyes?
It was a great clearance, but it was inches away, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what,
Lovely
Kieran
bit of football
Trippier has
there.
played an absolutely beautiful ball to
Eriksen,
Eriksen
by
to
the
set that
way,
up.
what a cross this is.
Can I say though, in a position? Can I just say though, in a position like that, I think it was Nasser Chadli coming in at the back stick. I think it is his absolute job to get across the near stick there. Jermaine Defoe, if he'd been there, all he ever did was get across the near stick and you get a head on then. Anyway, good football from Spurs. It's a bit of an end-to-end game. This. It's not defensive
Do you know what?
at
It's
all.
quite open, isn't it? Considering we're 3 minutes in, 4 minutes in.
Is that Emenike playing up front?
Okay,
Okay,
the
talk to
first
us.
time he played, I was convinced he was 107. He just seemed to move at about 1 mile an hour.
Right.
Which is, I tell you, Alex Song, who we still have on loan from Barcelona.
Yeah.
Each time he plays on the pitch for us, he seems to be 5 years older. He just cannot run. He can't.
You don't play him that often, do you?
No, he's on the bench.
You think
tonight.
I thought when you signed him, albeit as a loan signing, that is for West Ham United. That is a huge signing.
Huge.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be first name on the team sheet playing all the time.
For half the season last year, we were great for the first half. I think we were fourth at Christmas. But he was great for that, and then he just dropped off.
Oh, lovely little flick
little
from
footwork.
Kieran Trippier. Oh, we could have gone down there, Christian. Oh, well done.
Come on, Eriksen.
Anyway,
we
so
do
it's
like
just
our
Spurs knocking it
Cagey,
about.
isn't it?
It's back to the wall defending. It's kind of our thing this season. I was saying to Barnaby earlier today. Actually, we're very good at doing the kind of desperate defending.
Yeah.
But we often go behind first, which is a nightmare. But when we've got something to hold on to, we click into that sort of desperation mode quite well.
They're just showing Lanzini on the side of the pitch. He scored an absolute beauty against us in the first game. Really good footwork. So you don't want to leave him one-on-one because that's what Kyle Walker let happen with some shocking defending. But Kyle's not playing today. And to talk about that a bit, Kieran Trippier's come in for him today, and I am actually really happy about that. I think supplying Harry Kane with more chances from the wing is very important in games like this.
Do you know what I like about all our fullbacks behind me is how much they get up the pitch.
Yeah.
Danny Rose scored last week. Trippier scored against Watford. Kyle Walker scored last week and a goal disallowed. It's incredible how
Hold on. Nasser, sorry to interrupt, but Nasser Chadli has just played an absolute horror show ball back to Ben Davies. It went past him, and Lanzini has won a corner for West Ham. Rain teeming down. Pochettino, they just showed on the sideline, getting absolutely soaked on. But,
he looks like he doesn't care that he's getting soaked either. He's not hiding under an umbrella.
Does he do a bit of a fake injury thing there? He knows he's done something better. No,
Was
I
that
thought he just
Chadli?
did a bit of a hold of the leg.
That was a bit of a lazy ball from Chadli there, and that's
Again, though, it's a silly
here's a
set
corner
piece
coming
we're
in.
giving
Get ready
away.
to-
Isn't it?
Oh, yes!
He scored.
Get in there, Michael Antonio.
No.
Homer Simpson celebration.
That's exactly what I was saying. It's a silly set piece we've given away.
Oh.
Absolute stupid. And they scored from a corner.
So the ball's come into the near post, and he's got across the marker, and Hugo got both hands to it by the looks of it at the near post. Let's bear in mind, Spurs have been losing in our last, at least, well, certainly against Swansea, against
So nearly
Palace.
saved that. Look,
It's a great
he's got
header.
a hand to it. It's come
a
in
great
off the
header.
post.
It's a great
It's
header.
a great header, and he's
Nobody on the
he's got a
post.
hand to it, and it's coming off the post.
I think that's 4 goals
So
in the last
unlucky.
4 home games, Antonio.
That was nearly another world-class save.
God.
But again, this is my point. It's a silly set piece we're giving away.
Yeah, so it wasn't
You know,
like
if they carve you open through the middle and score a good goal, sometimes you hold your hand up. When you can see from a corner after 6 minutes, it's frustrating.
Especially when you got Payet. You just gave Payet a chance of swinging a ball.
That's what I'm saying. He's so dangerous at set pieces. We can't be giving them.
I know,
opportunities
it's
like that.
completely mad. Anyway, 6 minutes
Come on,
gone.
Spurs.
Some, looking for positivity here. Have they scored too early? Rob, have you scored too early?
Possibly. I know I just said, I wish I hadn't said it now. I just said when we've got something to cling on to, we're quite good. Now I wish I hadn't said it. I've got memories of Manchester City in my head now. We scored in, I think, the first or second minute with Valencia, and then we ended up drawing 2-2.
Weren't you 2 up against that?
I bet you're gutted you're 1 up after 6 minutes, aren't you?
Go on.
Yeah,
Go
devastated.
on.
3-3 prediction, though, that's what I really want, more than the 3 points.
Whack it, yeah, whack it.
Go on! Oh!
Adrian with the
Bobbling,
sense of
isn't
Ben
it? I tell you what,
Davies.
this ground
Look at
is
this.
bobbling all over the shop.
Adrian's lying on the ball like it's the 94th minute. Sylvester Stallone, giving up his Everton season tickets just for our goal.
Look, it's bobbling all.
So basically, Ben Davies, it came out kind of on the volley to Ben Davies on the corner of the 18-yard box. He whacked it
1-0 down already.
Anyway, yeah, I'm going to speak to Jack Bryden, and he's going to give us an update on the social media side of things. Jack.
Absolutely gutted about that.
Yeah, Devo.
Absolutely gutted. I mean, we've got some reactions about that goal. We've got a tweet here from a guy called James Brinning saying, as soon as you concede a corner like that, you know it's going to result in a goal. I mean, it was back pass wasn't great.
He needs to do more gambling then, if he knows what's going to happen.
It seems like he's the Nostradamus of the football world.
Exactly.
But, you know, I mean, I've got a little stat here as well. Might give a bit of positivity to Spurs supporters out there. 5 of goals have been scored from the 80th minute onwards, so if things stay as they are, you know, we can at least expect to get a goal after the 80th minute. Things are looking... It is plugged in. It is.
What? Jack, are you
I'm getting
worried about your technical issues then?
Yeah, slight technical issues.
So you sort of tech out, and I'll drop a few stat bombs here. That was Dimitri Payet's 3rd assist of this in 2016 in the Premier League. Only Diego Costa and Riyad Mahrez have more assists in 2016. So he is a danger. And stop giving away, you know, silly free kicks and silly corners.
Yeah, absolutely. Nasser Chadli there. I think I have to say, Smithy, one of the things about Nasser Chadli, and it's similar to what we had with Freddie Canute, remember, is because he's quite a languid player and he looks like he's not working that hard all the time, even though he is, I think. Yeah. When he makes a little mistake like that to give away a corner, I think it frustrates fans even more in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a dreadful error. You know, I've seen worse. I mean, it was sloppy, but I don't think it was the worst error we've seen all season.
No.
Look at the market.
It was just a bad pass.
There's a lot of things you can say. He's giving away a corner. You know, it's not a penalty. We should deal with a corner. I know exactly what you're saying, but I don't think we can just blame one man for that goal.
No, absolutely. But you can definitely imagine Spurs fans around the country watching this or on the ground going, why did it? But it's a wet pitch. He basically just put a bit too much on a back pass. Just to say, guys, if any of you are watching and are new to the channel, daily Spurs content on Spurred On, so do subscribe. The subscribe button is just underneath the screen in the description box. Give that a click, give the video a like, and also obviously follow the Sky Sports Soccer AM channel for more great content with Smithy himself. Just to tell you what's happening, it's 10 minutes gone in the game here.
Monster throw in.
West Ham have got a long throw coming in.
It's a long throw, isn't it?
I didn't know that long throws were still in the game since old, what's his name, left Stoke.
Delap.
Yeah, Rory Delap, yeah. Ryan Mason's just on air.
Offside, it's all right.
Do you know what this is?
Offside,
I'll tell you exactly what this is. This is a London derby, a night game London derby. Scrappy, everyone hungry, but not much quality on show.
No, it's very true that. I think a lot of Spurs games that we always start well, which you might laugh at now that we're 1-0 down.
Yeah.
So we always retain a lot of the ball as well in games.
Yeah.
This has sort of been very opposite to what I've seen Spurs this season. It's been very scrappy, it's a wet pitch, it's boggy. There's been silly wayward passes from both teams.
Yeah.
Silly corners given away, free kicks, and it's been out of place so much for we played 11 minutes. How many times have we seen the ball go out of play?
No,
Throw-ins, corners.
That's because there's a lot of
neither team have really found their feet. The only difference being West Ham
have found a goal.
got the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only shot so far, I think, isn't it?
Must be.
No, sorry, you had the bobble one that went into.
To me, the conditions, the night, the fact that they could stop us going top of the league is absolutely all suited to what West Ham as a club are all about in terms of how much they hate Spurs.
Yeah, it's like a lasagna game all over.
Yeah, exactly.
It may well be our last night under the lights at Upton Park. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what our midweek games left in the season if they're home or away, but this will certainly be the last Spurs game under the lights.
Rob, if you could bring us more stats where you're not actually sure whether they're true or not, that would be fantastic. Just start a stat and then say in the middle, I'm not sure whether
he
it's
goes
true.
with the stat and then ends it by going, I think.
For more vague judgments, follow Football Republic.
So just to tell you, they've got a shot of Toby Alderweireld, hair absolutely immaculate as per.
Scott Parker-esque that, wasn't it? I was making the point about Scott Parker, West Ham boy as well.
Yeah.
Used to leave the pitch, Shirts ripped, mud everywhere.
Yeah, but
shin
still
pads
tucked
out.
in.
But his hair never moved.
Yeah.
What did he put in his hair? I mean, people criticise me for having too much hair wax. But what product did he use? Because even mine moves about a little bit.
Cement.
I don't know,
Unbelievable
but
it was, isn't it?
he certainly didn't put any of that product on his right eyebrow, which moves more than any other muscle in his body.
Those interviews.
I love
yeah,
Scott
just this, isn't it? Straight through.
Incredible.
Top player, though, isn't he?
Yeah. Tuck the hair behind the ear.
Smithy,
Wobbly eyebrows.
what you were saying about the ball being out of play is so right. It's happened again. It's a goal kick. It strikes me that the ball is being played long quite a lot from West Ham. Now, I noticed that as well against Sunderland at the weekend, and especially in that one because Sam Allardyce now manages Sunderland. He was basically, as far as I can tell, sacked from West Ham because he didn't play the West Ham way. Is that kind of a myth? Does it really matter?
The West Ham way.
West Ham way is
to lose most of the time.
I mean, he doesn't
Yeah,
know
exactly,
that.
exactly.
There was
No,
about
no,
a 7
because-
second pause there, wasn't there?
Exactly. It was so the West Ham way is something that we kind of think about 1986 when we finished third, so didn't even win.
With Tony
It's
Conte.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a great
yeah,
get
exactly.
out, though, isn't it? If you don't
Devonshire
manage
and
it.
Cotty.
What do you like about Allardyce? Don't play the West Ham way.
Exactly. And you
You
can
don't need to
see.
explain what it is, but it's a way to get the
Yeah,
manager.
I never had a problem with Allardyce until the last
He
6
did well
months of
for
last year. Lamella's bleeding.
Oh, Lamella's bleeding on his
Back of the
haircut.
head. He's got another classic FIFA haircut, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But
It's not
yeah,
a great start for us,
Eric,
is it?
Eric Lamela has got the haircut of someone who scores 20 goals a season. If only he scored 20 goals a season. Yeah, so basically, to let you guys know, he's obviously clashed heads a little bit in the back of his faded. How would you describe that hair?
a
Smithy?
nice mohawk. It's a faded mohawk.
Yeah, it's like a mohawk where they've. Well, it's a mohawk.
It's a mohawk.
right.
It's a mohawk.
It's a mo-
It's a mohawk.
It's a mohawk. So basically, sometimes I will throw to my guest in the hope of some descriptive.
Well, how would you describe a mohawk?
At
Well,
least
it's
a
mohawk.
paragraph of descriptive, because you can't see what's happening and we can. A little break from West Ham here. Toby clearing it up. Emenike, I would say, is causing us trouble. He's working really
The problem is
hard.
that you are a bit of a long ball team. Yes, you've got some very good technical players, but it's sort of, in a way, quite a effective way to play against us. Because
Yeah.
we've had a lot of long balls that we haven't dealt with.
I mean, we adapt well to the games against the good teams, you know, like the top four, the traditional big teams, as well as the actual top four this year.
Do not let Pyatt shoot from there. please.
Pyatt looking dangerous on the edge of the box. Hold on.
Noble's
Shot
got
Mark
the-
Noble.
No.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
well,
Hugo
Mark
just made
Noble
an
has just hit the
unbelievable
post.
save.
Is that-
I think he saved it and it went
Saved the
onto the
post.
post. I also have to tell you that as if the life couldn't get any worse, Woolwich have gone 1-0 up against
Oh,
Swansea. Let's check out this shot from Mark Noble.
Doesn't it?
Oh, it's just a
It's
terrific
incredible
save. The ball-
save. An incredible save.
It's from about 25 yards out. He's got hold of it. It's moving that way, and
Two-handed
Hugo's
save.
two-handed tipped it around the post. Joel Campbell got that goal for Woolwich. He is one of the worst players I've ever seen on a football pitch. But what can I say whilst we're losing? And it's another corner from the same side that they scored the first one. This has got all the makings of an absolute horror show at the moment, I have to say.
Oh, it's a good corner as well. Ah!
Koyaki has it there.
We need to get started, you know. West Ham are the better team.
Totally. West Ham have been the better team in their cup final. So,
Oh, God.
Rob, is it going to be one of those things where if you don't score a second in this kind of period of dominance, you might regret it, I wonder?
Come on, Eric.
Yeah.
Well done, Eric Lamela.
Always
Lovely.
Come on,
Break from
Eric.
Spurs. Spurs on the break. Eric Lamela in the
Put him in,
position
put
where I
him
like
in.
him to be. Well done. He's slotted it through to Nasser Chadli, who slotted it through to Harry Kane on the wide.
He's got a lot of players behind
Bang
him.
it across the box,
West Ham
Hazard.
got 8 players back.
Yeah. West Ham did get a lot of players back well there, and it's cleared by Marco Antonio.
I think there's been a lot made about Spurs' fitness, hasn't there? But West Ham are a fit team as well. We've got a lot of players who just
Do you think Spurs are fit?
Athletes.
especially Lamella with that mohawk.
They've got a lot of athletes,
A lot of
yeah.
athletes. Like Antonio, the scorer today, is an example of that. He is just an engine.
Tell us a little bit about Antonio, because I didn't know a lot about him. He's come from the Championship, is that right?
Yeah, but he was never in an academy, so he wasn't brought up the same as a lot of the players in the Premier League. He's got a very sort of raw side to him.
Go on,
and so he
drive.
relies on energy.
Just to say, Kieran Trippier, there's a lot of giving the ball away in this game. It is so scrappy. Spurs gave the ball away, which is why Smithy got annoyed. And then Kieran Trippier intercepted, nicked in, and was ruthlessly pulled down by a West Ham player.
Trippier was the trippy.
I cannot. That's terrible. Please leave. I cannot fathom how that was not a booking. Although maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. Dave, have you got any more information over there on that Arsenal goal? I suppose some people might want to.
It was a Joel Campbell goal assisted by Alexis Sanchez. 15 minutes gone
That's a shame.
when the goal was scored. 18 minutes played in the game, so it's a bit of a shame for Tottenham.
That's a shame, because what we don't want as well is Sanchez playing himself into form before Saturday.
horrible.
Go on, Harry! Oh, he must be offside.
This would be horrid if we lose and Arsenal win. Oh, God.
Dave, it was so lovely to talk to you just then that I'm going to talk to you again. Give us some more updates from around the grounds and tell me how
grounds
Borussia Dortmund
everywhere. So we're jumping in now. Obviously the Joel Campbell goal giving Arsenal the lead 1-0 against Swansea, 90 minutes played there. Stoke 0-0 with Newcastle.
Yep.
West Ham obviously 1-0 up against Tottenham. Liverpool 0-0 with Man City so far, 3 minutes gone in that, and Manchester United 0, Watford 0.
Oh,
In
and
the Bundesliga, second half has just kicked off between Borussia Dortmund and Darmstadt, still 1-0 with that Ramos header from the first half.
And am I right in thinking that they are now seeing, that for briefly there, they saw some stats on the Bundesliga on the screen, I think, which...
Got the goals.
What more do they want?
That's either a ginormous mistake or fantastic technology. I can't work it out. But I guess
Bundesliga stats.
I guess we'll never find out. Smithy, talking a bit just while West Ham play another long ball forward. The Borussia Dortmund game. How do you feel about that and our involvement in the Europa League as we get closer to the end of the
Massively
season?
split, mate. It's to the point where I don't know quite what to think. I'm a firm believer. I've always quite liked us being in the Europa League, the away day. It's a trophy, but I do think it's going to be almost impossible for us to mount a title challenge and progress in the Europa League just because of the amount of games.
Yeah, totally agree.
Leicester must be favourites just because they've got hardly any games to play.
Yeah, they've only got to play 10 games left.
They've got to
That's
play
it.
10 games.
Yeah.
And I just think, I'd never want to see Spurs lose, don't get me wrong for a second, and I hope we do beat Dortmund, but it's the kind of game, if we do lose, is it a blessing in disguise for our league, especially if we drop points here?
Yeah.
It's a really, really hard one.
Just to say, while Smithy was talking about the Europa League there, we had a break, and I'll tell you about the break, but also, Rob, it surprised me how open West Ham left themselves on that break, like you'd been piling forward. Lamela picked up the ball in midfield, played it out to Nasser Chadli. Harry Kane was making a good run outside of him, and Nasser tried to slip him through, but again, for the second time tonight, overplayed it, this time in the offensive half. Harry Kane's just won a free kick just on the D of the halfway line.
It's terrible beard, isn't it?
What
Two
is
levels,
that
two layers.
James
Two
Collins, we're talking about James Collins' ginger beard here. Now, if I could grow a beard, I think it would be ginger, so I don't really have a problem with it.
But he's got no hair.
so-
It's like he's upside down.
Yes, that's
No
right.
hair and then on the
That's
beard.
right.
It's a bit of a
He looks
prison
like
beard.
you're upside down, really, because he had
Yeah.
the beard and then no hair.
James Collins would fit in very well in many of the haunts I go to in East London, basically, with that kind of
He's
beard
not a
and
bad player,
no
though.
hair.
He's
haircut.
bald.
He's what I think in the olden days they would describe as an honest pro, isn't he, James Collins?
Yeah. And I talked about us doing the old hanging on thing. I think when you've got James Collins as your centre back, he's a leader, but he does. I think he influences the other defenders to defend similarly to him. So there's a lot more sort of diving in, tackling with your head. Oh, I'd love a blueberry. A lot more.
In case
a lot
you-
more
Talking about
tackling with
West
your
Ham, I
head.
just got really bored. So
In case you were wondering, this
No idea what you're
broadcast
on about.
this broadcast is not sponsored by blueberries. However, Smithy has
I've
brought
got
some
raspberries
blueberries.
as well, if you want some.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get the raspberries out.
Oh,
If we score.
Get your
If we
raspberries.
score, we'll celebrate with some raspberries. Still a very scrappy game. Hugo's just knocked it out. but
come on,
was under a bit of
Spurs. This
pressure.
is massive week. Come on.
So with the Europa League thing, I think because you're on such a good run of form at the moment.
Thanks, mate.
Really lovely guys.
We
You're
were.
doing great work. Would you not worry that if you got knocked out of the Europa League, that's almost a dent to the confidence? Because you don't.
No, well, I'll
want-
tell you why. We got knocked out of the FA Cup by Crystal Palace, and look at how we responded. We beat Fiorentina, and then we beat Swansea.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
no.
Yes, I'm kind of actually a little bit with Rob on this one. I think a win is a win is a win, and momentum is everything.
I get what you're saying.
Especially at this stage of the season.
Lovely from
because
Christian
this is when
Eriksen.
you
Lovely
want-
1-2. Christian Eriksen
Yeah,
to
I-
Lamela in
As
midfield.
you say, mate, I'm not massive in either way. I know there's Spurs fans that would. There's some that I know that would not be upset if we lost to Dortmund. Most that I know would like us to do well in the Europa League. I'm somewhere in between. I don't know.
I think it
How
was.
to think about it. I just can't imagine us having a better chance to win the league than this season because United are going to get better. Let's face it, Chelsea will be up there next year. And I just think this is the year we can mount a serious title challenge.
We touched that.
And it's just like Liverpool. If you remember Liverpool when they mounted their challenge, and that went to the
Yeah.
last day
Yeah.
because they were not in any European competition. What happened the next year? They're in Europe, and well, where are they now?
Nothing.
Seventh,
Seventh,
eighth?
eighth, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like this is a good time to bring up one of my favourite things, is that when Brendan Rodgers was in charge of Liverpool, you know, he did that celebration when they scored where he would just lift his arm up like that. Could you not like envisage him in his bathroom mirror practicing that? Like totally, it's like, goal, oh yes, this is the one that looks best. He probably
You know what
practiced
it's
a
like?
few of
It's
them.
like the linesman. This is a true story. You know, linesmen or fourth official, whatever how they're called now, referees' assistants. They actually warm up. I've seen it. I've been at
One
games
arm.
where they run down the touchline and just warm their arm up.
Yeah.
Do that. That is a true story. Honestly, look at it online. They literally warm up. They sidestep. and then do that with their arm.
To be fair, you're a Sunday League man. That's all I ever manage, to be honest.
Oh, we don't get live on the Sunday League, mate.
Oh no, that's all I can be bothered for the warm up.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit. I'll tell you what I will say.
It's just unbelievable.
Just to break in, Spurs are playing some good little stuff 2 or 3 times now between Lamela and Eriksen midfield, making the break with some little 1-2s. But apart from that, it feels a bit to me like we're being drawn into West Ham's game a bit.
There's a lot down the middle, isn't there? Like all of our
very narrow,
has been
it's very narrow, but
fine.
then, unless you get your fullbacks up, then that's always going to be the way in this kind of 4-2-3-1, especially with the inverted wingers. Chadley obviously on the left, and kind of Lamela's playing so central at the moment, actually. It's actually more like Eriksen who's out on the left. At this point, if I was in a pub talking to my mates, I would be saying, I think we need to get this to half-time, keep it at 1-0, try and nick something, and then let Pochettino get at them. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those where we're not quite at it like West Ham are at it.
Turn it around? It's too early to say.
I don't think he needs to make a change.
In the second
No,
half?
I don't think he needs to make a change, but I think he needs to get in their face and just say, look, West Ham are far more into this at the moment than we are.
Also,
but
West Ham, we bang up for this, for trying to ruin our season.
they obviously are. Yeah,
That's all we cling on to every year. We just like to ruin people's fun rather than have any of our own.
I mean, we mentioned it earlier, but the Lasagna Gate affair, Jermaine Genius actually did a brilliant article, I can't remember exactly where it was, but this week where he talks all about the Lasagna Gate game against West Ham. And he was saying,
hates us, doesn't he?
He was saying that, yeah, he does. He was saying that Martin Jol, when he was giving his pre-match team talk, there were people in the toilets just vomiting then, and there were people vomiting during the game. Christian Eriksen's just passed the ball out of touch from a good position.
That's old news, mate, anyway. Look to the future.
Yeah. Look to the future. And
Future.
speaking
Eriksen's
of the future,
hairline.
what's that?
Eriksen's hairline.
Eriksen will be Johnny Method in 3 years' time. That is my prediction. That's one for not for you YouTube viewers who won't remember anything from before 1999. Okay, so speaking of the future, I'm going to throw to Jack Bryden, who is the future of
seamless
social
link,
media.
that, isn't it?
Future, I like that. Thanks, Barnaby.
Seamless link.
Thank you. Just going off the back of your Lasagna Gate comment there, Barnaby, we've got our mate Spurs Webb said, who gave Chadley lasagna before the game, sort it out NASA?
Oh, very
How do you
good.
guys think he's playing today?
Well, still a bit disappointed with that pass straight off of the corner that the goal came from. But I think NASA warms into games sometimes. So
We're 20 minutes in.
that's a foul. Oh God!
Come on, referee.
Kieran Trippier dive.
Well
Great
done,
tackle
Mason.
there from Riza Mazza, Ryan Mason.
Great tackle.
Tickets for Ryan.
Did you have anything else for us? there,
Yeah, a
Jack
couple
Bryden?
more. Obviously, we've gone down a few times this season. We've shown some great fighting spirit to come back into games. Everyone knows that we've recovered 17 points from losing positions this season. There's a lot on social at the moment. People saying, don't panic, we can get back into this. I certainly have faith about getting back into this one. I don't know about you guys over there.
Yeah, he's right. We're 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. We're 1-0 down. It's a tight game.
Pay it.
We were 1-0 down, and we were 1-0 down for against Swansea. We've got to believe.
That had already gone off.
We have got to believe. Goal kick. Come on.
I should say, in the spirit of fairness, they showed a replay of Kieran Trippier's foul that, in my opinion, he actually kind of ran into the leg. Rob, what do you think on that one?
I thought it was a foul.
This is all wrong. What's going on? But after that, Dimitri Payet made a good run down the left-hand side and was kind of well defended, I think, probably by Kieran Trippier as well.
It looked like it might have been a corner, but
I thought it had actually rolled off.
Yeah, it was a close one.
Before.
I think it was just whether the ball went out of play first, but.
What's it like? So I've got to admit, I've never been to a Spurs West Ham derby because I could never get a ticket. What's it like at the Berlin ground in a game like this? Is it actually incendiary? Is the atmosphere really ugly?
it can be. It can be, yeah. It's not so much like that. It's nothing like the West Ham Millwall games.
Yeah.
Where those can be like, actually, you sort of don't want to be there a lot of the time. But West Ham Spurs is, the fans are up for
I've been
it.
to two of them. I went to the famous 4-3.
Yeah,
when
I was there.
When you were
Heartbreaking.
3-2 up with injury time,
Yeah.
and we scored 2, which was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, the away end just went absolutely
It was-
ballistic. And I went to the game where Jermaine Defoe had a penalty in the last minute and missed.
Yeah.
And the home end were going crazy. So I've
Yeah.
experienced 2 unbelievable Spurs West Ham games at Upton Park.
Yeah.
And
There's
just
been a lot of late goals actually at Upton Park, because you had the 2 that I've mentioned. You had Gareth Bale's absolute
Oh,
worldie
my
when he
word.
hugged
Yeah, exactly.
AVB. You had Eric Dyer last season. There's,
Yeah.
we like a little late goal there, Barnaby.
yeah, and just to say, Smithy mentioned the 4-3 that can be talked about in Smithy's top 5 away days feature, which is available on Spurred On YouTube. So have a look for that after. It's a lovely little piece, and it's also got some rascal photos of him with terrible haircuts.
Can I just say, massively regret how I looked back then, and I just looked like an idiot. I looked like an absolute melt back then, and my hair, I don't know why you included that photo to me, probably because I sent it to you.
that might be it.
And then I massively regret texting that. For some reason I went, I found a photo of me looking like an idiot, here you go. And then as soon as I sent it, I go, why did I send him that? I do regret, I had the dreadful highlights. I remember going around my mate's house, he put the bag over my head and putting the highlights through and going, yeah, I look cool there.
All I can think as you say that is I'm wondering whether we're going to be sat here in 5 years' time and I'm going to be talking about the regret I have for this hairstyle.
Definitely you will. I can tell you that now.
Don't think so. I've had this for over 15 years now. Okay, so how would you describe the game the last few minutes? I feel like it's opening out a bit actually.
Yeah, do you know what? The one thing I will say about Tottenham this year, obviously, there's all of the obvious points. We're a better team, better manager. Every year that even the year we were title contenders very briefly, albeit briefly.
Under Harry.
And the year that we've had the quality side of the Bells, Van der Vaart, we still had the Spurs don't show up in our locker.
Jesus, Hugo Lloris. Oh my days.
Jesus, what was that?
Hugo has just... He got an awkward back pass to his right foot and he's left-footed, obviously. So he tries to take on his left foot, but he's kicked it far too far ahead of him. Again, I think because of the wet pitch. And is it Ineke?
That's Emenike.
Emenike.
Oh my word!
Nearly clips the ball. He's actually fouled it. Emenike's actually fouled him in the end, and the ref has bottled that one.
Going back to my point, we've always had that. Every year we've had 1 or 2 games where we just haven't turned up. I genuinely think this year, even the games we've lost, we've been either unlucky or it's not through lack of desire or determination. I'll tell you one thing now: this Spurs team will not bottle a title challenge. I'm not saying we're going to win the league because it is the hardest thing to win.
Yeah.
And there's other teams about. I do think it'll be very hard to win the league. I think we've got a great chance. But the one thing this Spurs team will not do is bottle the chance. We might lose a game. We might lose tonight. We're not going to go down without fighting.
Lamella's just lost the ball. Don't give that a foul. Oh, he's given it as well. I think he got the ball. Oh, and he's booking him. So Toby Alderweireld has just challenged Dimitri Payet on the edge of the box, and I think he's got a touch on the ball here, and I think the replay will show this. Let's have a look. Nothing. Not
a free kick.
Nowhere near the ball, and it is a definite free kick, and he's been booked. He's been booked for it.
Now, can I just say, that is one player we do not want suspended for the Arsenal game.
No, that's true.
And sent off tonight.
But also, we do not want to be giving away free kicks from 23 yards outside the box at 1-0 down against West Ham.
The chances West Ham have had.
Who's been your player of the season? Because there's been so much talk about. I mean, Harry Kane and Dele Alli both have had a lot of press individually.
I would say,
keep hearing people talk about.
I would say Toby Alderweireld has been our player of the season so far.
Absolutely.
I'd say for moments, Dele Alli has been the brightest young spark we have in the team. Harry Kane scored an unbelievable amount of goals. I still think Hugo Lloris is our most world-class player in the squad.
Yeah.
But in answer to your question, who's been our best player this season? Massively, Toby Alderweireld.
It's just consistency.
Well, it's consistency, but also, you know, his strike partner is the central defensive partner, Jan Vertonghen. Everyone was banging on about those two. He gets injured, Wimmer steps in, and Wimmer's been great.
Is the free kick?
Oh!
Hugo.
But you know, Alderweireld's
straight into Hugo's hands.
Moulded those two together as well.
Yeah.
I have to say, I mean, I know this is a bit obvious to say, but in a game like this, we are missing Dembele and Ali very much. Dembele,
will they both be available?
Hold on, what has just happened there?
You touched Noble, and that's a cry.
Yeah, but you'd already lost the ball. This ref, I tell you what, he is a celebrity ref. Go, if you don't follow them on Twitter, @celebrity_refs, he's just desperate to be the main man in this so far. I mean, to be honest, I'm just using that as an excuse because we're losing. But he's annoying me. It's annoying me. So it's a free kick. Adrian to take a free kick for West Ham.
No one reacted.
Kevin Friend.
Will Dembele and Ali start against Arsenal? Or will either of them?
I think if we lose tonight, they will, yeah. I mean, I don't know
Dele Alli
Dembele's
will definitely
situation.
start against Arsenal.
Yeah. But I think if we lose tonight, then it's worth the risk for Dembele to start if he's anywhere near fit. But if we get a result tonight, I kind of think he might not risk him. Do you know what I mean?
But why should our starting lineup be determined by the result tonight? Because
I think it kind of determines what is a good result and what isn't on Saturday as well. Do you know what I mean? If we lose this tonight,
Dele Alli is the best in the position he plays. He should start every game, regardless.
If he's fit. If he's fit, yeah. But what I'm saying
is...
He
must be reasonably fit. He's on the bench. He can't be...
No, he's not 100% fit, otherwise he'd be starting, absolutely. It's not a tactical thing. But what I would say is if we lose tonight, then the fear of losing on Saturday as well is why it would be worth the risk. We can't lose both games in a week. In our biggest week.
Come on, win it, nick it.
Jesus, West Ham are first at every ball and every second ball here. It's
little things like there, Barney, where we we're used to just nicking at the edge of the box and driving, and we're just that little bit slower. They're actually closing us down very well. They're very quick to the ball. That's got to go off, surely.
Yeah.
Right, now take your time and regroup. Come on.
Do you know what we're not doing? And look, I noticed this happening when we're losing. No, I noticed this happening when we're losing. When we're drawing and when we're winning, in situations like this where Lloris has got the ball, our centre-backs split and we pass the ball around the pitch. Now, it might be because we're losing, it might be because the pitch isn't good enough, but they are just running away and we're playing the ball long. And that is so playing into West Ham's hands. It is unbelievable because they're bigger than us, and at the moment, they just want it that touch more. Let's have a blueberry.
Come on.
Blueberry make you feel
Sounded upset. Have a blueberry.
Yeah.
Should say...
Superfood for super mentality.
Should say...
I'd love one. Yeah.
There are also many other lovely fruits that you can enjoy. We're not just
Other fruits are
advocating
available,
eating blueberries here. Ryan Mason seems to have got a little injury here, which is very Ryan Mason-y. This could be interesting, because if he goes off and it looks like a muscle injury, would they bring Dele Alli on?
That's exactly my point. He must be fit enough if he's on the bench.
That's the one I was worried about and relieved when I saw the team sheet.
He's definitely going off. Ryan Mason is going off. This looks like a muscle injury to me.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting if Dele Alli comes on. Maybe because he's losing, it's worth the risk, you know. Anyway, Hugo about to lump another ball long straight onto a West Ham player's head.
Can someone tell me, is Dele Alli one booking away from a suspension?
He's 2 away.
He's 2 away.
But that seems like a good time to speak to Squawker Dave, who would definitely know stuff like that.
Squawker Dave knows everything.
Well, the United game's been a good affair so far. West Ham. Watford have been pressing quite well, nicking the ball high in the United half, created a few chances. But I want to bring your attention to a Memphis Depay shot that went out for a throw-in. Memphis has been in pretty good form in the last 2 games, but he's not going to want to see that again. It was absolutely awful. Completely didn't catch it at all in flying out. You know, a bit on the Spurs game, just looking at West Ham's pass accuracy, 62% of West Ham's passes have been completed. That is absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's just not good enough. But you know, look at the sort of Spurs passing rates. They've completed over 100 passes already. West Ham are not even over. I think it's over 30 yet. So West Ham need to improve on the ball, but they're sort of getting the job done at the moment.
I was going to say, do they really need to though? They're obviously playing it long. They know that's not suiting us, and that's why the accuracy is low. They've got a really dangerous chance here. Okay. Dimitri Payet in a dangerous position. He's laid it back.
No!
I can't even see what's happening.
Come on, Spurs.
Oh, really dangerous, really dangerous.
No.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Corner.
Okay, so it's a corner to Swansea. It's a corner to West Ham. But what I can tell you, the world is improving. Swansea have equalised.
Come on, Swansea! I've always loved Swansea.
At the Emirates.
Not on Sunday when we played them, but
and I know for a fact that someone is going to tell me in my ear right now who scored it, because I didn't hear the first time. Wayne Routledge, ex-Spurs.
Ex-Spurs boy, come on, Wayne.
Yeah.
Come on, you Spurs.
Yes.
Now, if I was a Spurs fan at this game, the West Ham game, and I heard that, in fact, this is what happened in the game on Sunday. We heard that Woolwich were 2 down, and everyone was just shouting on the pitch, just come on, when we were 1 down to Swansea. So hopefully that's happening from the away fans here. But again, another corner from the side that West Ham scored. First one, Dimitri Payet with it. Yeah. So
Does having the wind on your side count in Premier League, or do you forget about that? Is that just
It's a fantastic question, mate.
what was the question?
It's such a random question. I mean, we weren't even.
I was just looking at the corner flag blowing.
and it's just He just wants to talk about wind.
Do you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that every time West Ham get in an attacking position, to offset the kind of excitement that he has inside, Rob says something really banal and asks a really weird question.
Just thinking about the pitch, the wind, the environment, guys. Got to think about the environment, just like
Great
we are.
question.
I think maybe at this point we're being a bit too nice to Rob, and maybe superstitiously, if we start being horrible to him, we might get an equaliser. So Rob, just shut up and just stick to yourself, whatever.
Rob, can I
Pony
just
kit.
ask, is that the most recent West Ham shirt you own? Because
Yeah, this is the last time I'm a Glory supporter. Only
well, no,
since,
you're a West Ham supporter.
That kit, I think that
Who is
that
it?
is a kit from when Paul Kitson played for West Ham.
Who was your
Right,
favourite
it's
player?
96,
who wore that kit?
97.
They're just showing a replay.
Favourite player who wore that kit?
I think Florin Radiciu.
Oh, what
Wow.
a player
Just
he
for the
was.
name.
Romanian international. Unbelievable
I remember
player.
I think you might
He
have.
was
I
so
remember
good
him.
on Championship Manager. He
That's
was an
great.
excellent signing on Champo.
He got in trouble for going shopping during a match day.
Is that right? That does ring a bell.
It's massive.
I have to say now, like, I don't want to talk negatively. I've said that again already, but Spurs are not playing well. It is as simple as that.
I don't want to talk negatively, but we're not playing well.
Well, I don't want to, but I feel like I have to. We're
not playing well.
We're
you're
not
right.
playing well. We're trying to get some passes together. West Ham, there are 4 players around us every
giving the
time we
ball
get the
away
ball.
again.
They are working so hard. They are doing what Spurs have been famed for doing this
Do you know what they did
season.
well? Is they just close. Oh, no look pass. They're taking the biscuit now, and another. That's a free kick for me, ref. That is a free kick.
Kevin Wimmer's nicked the ball off Emenike and it's gone out for a corner, but should maybe have been a free kick because Emenike pushed him over.
They are closing us down so quickly and so well.
West Ham really want this. Should say, whilst it's a corner, wait for this corner. If you're new and you haven't subscribed to Spurred On, do subscribe. We have daily content about Spurs every single day. We have Smithy from Soccer AM. We've got Reece James, one of the biggest up-and-coming comedians in the world. And we've got Craig Mitch, who is, fantastically young. And and myself. So just push the subscribe button that is in the description box. And we will send you some stuff every single day about Spurs and what is not to like about that, as far as I'm concerned.
Here.
Click the button underneath in the description. Oh, Eric Lamela is getting feisty, and I think that's what this takes. He's the ball. It was in the West Ham player's hands, off the pitch for throw-in, and Lamela is trying to punch it out of his hands. And we need to get something. Do you know what I mean? It does take something to get us hyped up.
I would love a goal before half-time.
Listen, if we get a goal before half-time, I think we'll win this. But, we haven't got a shot, as far as I can tell yet.
Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Just keep the ball. Don't give away silly free kick. How many fouls have we given away?
Yeah, but that's a foul from behind. I mean, Lamela has just fouled him from behind.
Don't book him.
Can I say I've said this before, but about Lamela,
given away, by the way, today?
We actually, as stat-wise, we actually have given away more free kicks than any other team in the Premier League. Lamela here has fouled him from behind, which I think by the rule book should be a yellow card. The ref is trying to calm things down. West Ham are getting players around him. This is classic Eric Lamela. He gets booked in every game. He really wants it, sometimes too much.
Yeah.
But I like that in a game like this. But this you're going to see is a terrible foul.
Oh, Eric, remember the Arsenal game?
It's not as bad.
He was just running around.
Headless chicken sometimes, but we need to get him on the ball. That's the thing. We need to not. Anyway,
we don't want him in that position, running back, chasing the ball, trying to win it. We want him on the ball, running at players.
Yeah, and it's just on the halfway line. Should say, contrary to what I said earlier about Ryan Mason, will definitely go off. He's back on the pitch and looks like he's never ever been.
Some of
touched.
our predictions here have been fantastic.
I know, but the key is the honesty, isn't it? That's the key. As long as I'm honest about how ridiculously wrong I am, I think it's absolutely fine.
It's basically right. Yeah.
Smithy, does this game remind you of any other games? To me, it reminds me a little bit of that game where we went 2-0 down to West Ham and ended up winning 4-3.
I'd love to see us win 4-3. Do you know what, mate? It doesn't remind me of many Spurs games this year, to be honest, because we've played very well all season. I think West Ham have deserved their lead.
God.
What is this?
This is ridiculous. Emenike has just dived on the floor from a long ball.
That's both our centre-backs booked.
Yeah, Vim has been booked for that.
Which is not a good sign.
Watch this. So it's just a whack forward from James Collins. Vimmer. Oh, he's just. They're crossing paths.
It's silly though.
They're crossing paths.
But why does he do that? Well, so that is a free kick.
He's the best Nigerian on the pitch.
But it's weird. It's going through. Shut up, Rob. It's going through to the keeper.
I would hate one of these players to get sent off and miss the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely hate that.
Yeah, Alderweireld and Vim are both now booked. Slaven Bilic having a word at Mike Dean. You don't touch the Dean. I think we know that. You do not touch the Dean.
Does Slaven Bilic always wear that same bobbly hat?
When it's cold.
Do you reckon he bought it from the club shop?
I think he was probably giving it.
Probably right.
Free kick to West Ham.
Although it doesn't look official. It looks a bit moving, doesn't it?
Oh, God, West Ham just had a shot.
It looks like
someone's just stuck the crest on the forehead bit of the hat.
41 minutes gone, guys. I would describe this so far as horrible for Spurs. Absolutely.
This is what I mean, Barney, is that almost everything that has gone wrong, that could have gone wrong, has. And even the little bookings, and Mason's he's back on the pitch, but he's.
But like what I said earlier, to some degree,
1-0 down.
To some degree, if we can make it through the next 4 or 5 minutes without conceding again, I think get them back in the changing room, and he can really get out of them.
Get Squawker Dave on that stat.
Yeah, Spurs just passed 200.
That's what you were saying. To be fair to him.
They passed 200 passes.
Almost double the amount of passes we've had.
I think maybe at half-time we'll ask what that pass completion rate is for Spurs, because they've been appalling passing. Chance.
Oh, no!
God. Dimitri Payet just tried to bend one in the far corner. It got deflection and nearly snuck in at the near post as Lloris was beaten going for the first shot.
Another corner.
How many shots have that? We'll find out at half-time from Squawker Dave. But
the wind.
The amount of shots and corners and set pieces they've had, and I can hardly remember anything.
I don't think we've had a corner.
Is it windy there or anything?
No wind on this side of the pitch. The flag's fine.
So it's a corner.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, horrible, absolutely horrible. I can't bear it. Get rid.
Oh,
He's gone for the long, big
No, it's-
Paul Scholesy volley type thing.
We've done that a lot.
just get it away. Come on. Don't score from that.
Emenike, Antonio, yes!
Offside.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Offside.
Offside.
West Ham have just had
Wow.
a goal disallowed for offside.
Come on, Spurs, sort it out. This is not good.
Oh, it was Emenike being...
He's offside
no,
there
it was
for a
everyone.
start.
There's 4 of them offside.
There's 4 of them offside there. Oh, well, Alderweireld, yeah, he's offside.
He's offside.
Emenike was born offside in 1930.
It's another let-off, isn't it? They have been all over us this half, chances-wise. And that pass stat amazed me. We've had double the amount of passes, but we haven't really created anything.
The other thing is, in the time that it took to show the replay of the offside, we've committed another foul, lost the ball again.
Yeah. And we don't even know how we committed that foul because they were showing a replay. That's how quickly
That's the worst thing of it all, is us not even knowing.
Eric needs to calm down here. Is he going off because of his... Well, he's got to go off because his
Head bleeding.
head's bleeding.
Can I ask just a question, something that annoys me and not that many other people, I don't think, but short sleeves and gloves, come on.
Yeah.
Gloves in
Absolutely
general.
shocking.
Gloves in general. I was always told if you're wearing gloves, you're not running enough. If you're cold.
Hello, though, he's taken his shirt off. Smithy, what do you think of that?
I told you at the very...
What, a half-naked Eric Lamella?
Yeah. What did you make of that, Smithy?
Well, I thought he needed to change his shirt because he was bleeding.
I feel
That's
like
all I thought about it, really.
that doth protest too much. I think you got very awkward there, very uncomfortable.
What did you want me to say?
Rob, is it fair to say that so far this is going as well as you could have expected as a West
Yeah,
Ham fan?
this is falling exactly into what I consider as Bilic's plans this season. Every time we play these top teams, it's get a goal, hold on, and really we're having more chances than I expected, a lot more than I expected.
Do you know what's crazy about this is when you played us at the Lane, we absolutely hammered you. I know you didn't have Pyatt playing there, but it's a similar team. But it's amazing how different both teams are playing now, so how they played back then.
Yeah,
It's like watching two different
horrible, is
teams.
what it
it really started to click for us in about sort of November. We went on a run where we lost Pyatt and we lost Lanzini, and we didn't lose, but we didn't win for 8 games.
Yeah,
but we
that's
also
costly,
didn't
isn't it?
lose for 8 games. And since then we sort of accidentally became hard to beat. We thought we were having a bad run because we couldn't win.
But I don't know if I'm missing anything, but I don't really feel like it, touch wood so far, that it's Pyatt who's really making this all happen. It's more
No,
just...
but he looks dangerous at set pieces that we keep giving away, and he set up the goal.
But it looks to me more like a team of 11 players who are first to every tackle, first to every second ball.
I agree with that.
Look, he's rolling around on the floor now trying to get someone sent off as well, I'm sure. And he's wearing gloves. Absolutely disgraceful.
But with long sleeves, you only said short sleeves was the problem. Leave Angelo alone.
Okay. Yeah, Ryan Mason has come in
Mason's
with a
massive.
lovely tackle. Absolutely lovely tackle. That's what we need. We need to show more desire. I'm sorry to say it, but we need to show more desire. Slaven Bilic on the sideline has put his arm up. Sometimes, Slaven, just calm. He's talking to Mike Dean again on the sideline. You do not talk to the Dean.
Do you reckon Mike Dean and the fourth officials enjoy their role on a match day when they're a fourth official? Because all they really do is hold that plastic board up, isn't it?
No, they get abused by the manager
But you
more
have
than
to be a
anyone else.
qualified ref to be a fourth official, which to me just seems, incredible. Really, I mean, don't get me wrong, they all do a great job as referees. Well, they don't all do a great job as referees, but at least that's a skill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but their main
is it
role...
a waste of a ref having him holding the board up?
No, because
why don't you give the young work experience guy the chance to do that? How good would that be for him?
Chance! Oh! We got
Can't believe I
a
was missing that,
cross
talking
into
about
the box.
referee scoreboard.
For the first time...
What happened? I missed it.
For the first time in
Talking
about
about
40
Mike
minutes, we
Dean.
got out
Jeez.
wide. Nasser Chadli, I think it was, or Ben Davis got a cross into the box from the left, and it looked for a minute like maybe James Collins would head it into his own net, but it actually went out wide. Just in answer to your question about the referee, less important, it was actually Lamella out wide with the cross. And a great cross as well. Chadli, I'll tell you what.
Dear me.
I'd have loved to score.
The first job of the assistant referee is to be there in case the referee gets injured, so he has to be a qualified referee. But I feel like you knew that, and you were just playing.
But my point is, the fourth official. It's just that's all they do is hold the board up. I know that it's in case he gets injured, but.
Well, what about
Like
the
to
most
see him
ridiculous
turn
thing
and work
that is
experience
the most
himself.
ridiculous thing that's often talked about? The fifth official in European games.
Yeah,
Absolute joke.
really good point.
I've only ever seen him give one decision and it was wrong. One penalty
Really
and he
good
got it
point.
wrong.
So maybe we've got 2 minutes left of added time at the end of the first half. Spurs getting up a little head of steam here.
Go on, keep it in. He's not going to
No,
keep
he's
it in.
not gonna keep it in.
Oh, Chadli.
What'll be interesting to me, Rob, will you try and sit on this in the second half and get deeper and deeper and allow us to have more possession? Because that's what happened to us against Swansea.
I think you're going to come out all guns blazing second half, and we're not going to have a choice. I think we're just going to be parking the bus.
To be honest, I'd be happy for us just to get some possession. Do you know what I mean? Like, the defenders aren't dropping off when we've got the ball to give them an option backwards. I think we are missing Ali stretching the play forward as well.
My word, we are missing
What he
Dele
does is
Alli.
he chases down the keeper and he stretches the play a lot.
What's your possession been like this year? Because we play better in the games This is one for Dave. We play better in games where we've got like 35%. I think today we'll probably have 35% possession against 65. Are you normally dominant?
No, we're normally on the ball a lot. Yeah.
So West Ham have got a throw-in on the left-hand side, kind of almost level with the 18-yard box of Spurs. Aaron Cresswell takes it, but it's 10 seconds till the end of the half. So blow up, ref. For goodness sake.
3 minutes is 48.
There's nothing.
It was a minute and 10.
Dimitri Payet was running it off, holding it in the corner there. He seems to have forgotten that there's still another 45 minutes to play. Do you remember that story? Do you remember that where on the last day of the season, someone had heard, one of the relegation candidates had heard in the crowd that they just needed to hold the ball in the corner, and they actually didn't. They needed to score. Brilliant. What Hugo? Right, that's the end of the first half, guys. So. Devastating first half as far as I'm concerned. Really Spurs were absolutely appalling. But more importantly, let's find out what Jack Bryden, the future of social, as I know he is now called, has to say about it.
Give us some positivity, Jack. Come on.
If you want some positivity, here's some positivity. Just cut to my screen now, please, guys. Boom! How's that for a lid?
Could you please describe that for us, Smithy?
Well, I asked you to improve my mood, not. Oh, God, I don't even know where to begin.
I love the pistol finger.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, you've got a photo of my Barnet there. Yeah, dreadful, horrific, appalling.
Okay, guys, I'm just going
to
break into that Barnet of yours to say.
Please, thank you. Yeah.
To say this feels a bit like Swansea at the weekend when Arsenal were 2-0 down, and it could have been the perfect day, and we needed to get back. Liverpool have just scored against Man City.
Good.
Adam Lallana. So Arsenal currently drawing, Liverpool currently winning. We need to get a result here, don't we? Jack Bryden, what are they saying on the ones and twos on the Twitter and Twitter?
Try and get some positivity. Look, I mean, lots of people complaining about the referee. We've got a guy here called Lord Smythe saying, Andre Mariner, a bit negative. But I know, look, he's not looking as if he's having the greatest game of his life. In my opinion, he's given some pretty soft bookings. But we're throwing in tackles. We're up for this game. Yes, we're treading on a bit of a wire with these bookings. But second half hopefully will come out. Pochettino needs to give these players some sort of words of wisdom at half time. A lot of people saying that he needs to give him the hairdryer treatment at half time. Yeah. That's quite
it is wet out there.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys.
Saw someone saying that maybe Toby does need a hairdryer on his hair because we all know that he's got a perfect lid, but his performance isn't maybe brilliant today. Moving on to the next one. Long way to go. It's only half time, but Trippier and Chadley need to step up. What's your opinion on both their performances? Has Chadley managed to get back into it?
Firstly, it's Andre Mariner that's reffing our game, isn't it?
That's what they said, isn't it?
Yeah, so my Kevin Friend gag didn't make sense at all, did it?
I didn't even hear it.
Kevin Friend is concussed.
Yeah, so that's my...
That
is he, we'll get one soon. I didn't know that.
Jack, am I right thinking that you've got some YouTube comments for us? Have I made that up?
Look at his face. He's devastated. Look at his face.
Sorry, not Jack. There are going to be some YouTube comments coming up on this screen behind me, and I'm going to read them out with my very own eyes. So let's have a look at some of those. Here we go. Martin L says, "Can you sit the greengrocer at the end? He's hurting my eyes with the ugly SH*T." Is that you?
Is that you?
I reckon.
What does the greengrocer relate to?
It's, Martin's been mentioning that on the comments quite often tonight. He's taking offence at the West Ham fan.
Right.
The West Ham fan shots. The West Ham shots.
With my honest trade.
Well, look, Martin L, I can promise you that if this goes on any longer without us equalising, we will be talking to him less and less.
We'll get you in, Martin.
And we might even.
I'd rather sit next to Martin.
We might even perform some kind of routine execution of sorts. Okay, so Ned Kelsey says, "Spurred on TV. My question is, if we finish fourth, is that a failure?" Smithy, interesting one.
Do you know what? That is a very good question, and it's a hard one to answer, to be honest. Because if you'd have said that in August, I remember when we didn't sign a striker in the transfer window back in August, everyone said there is no chance we'll finish top four. Everyone said that. Yeah. Everyone was guilty of it, even the great pundits out there. So if we do finish in the top four now, you'd argue that is an achievement. Having said that, however, we go top of the league tonight if we win. So I think a lot of Spurs fans would probably be a bit gutted with fourth because of the position we're in now.
Yeah.
I think Spurs will finish top three this year. I think we've got a good chance in the title. I have not got a clue who is going to win the league. I genuinely do not have a clue because every week I think, we might do it. Arsenal, Leicester, Man City. Someone might break the top four, and then there's a crazy result. This year is absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
I do think we'll finish in the top three. I haven't got a clue where though.
Just to give my 2 pennies worth, I think I would still be happy with top 4. I've got to be totally honest. I think that would be remarkable for the club who have not, have got a profit of 15 million in the last 3 seasons. We haven't bought a striker. It's a young team, the youngest in the Premier League. They're still building, they're still learning. Top 4 would be amazing. What I would say, top 3 would enable us to get a better quality of player in the summer because you don't have to qualify for the Champions League.
Very good point.
And that to me it would be a massive,
I think we'll get top 3.
Yeah,
I really do.
Okay, so that hopefully answers your question. On to the next one.
Good question though.
Thank you very. Yeah, it was Martin. I think it was Croatan Power 99. Are we going to see Barnaby next week in Dortmund? Well, the good news is I am going to Dortmund next week. Yet to find out if I've got a ticket, but just find the grittiest dive bar possible out there, and you'll no doubt see me and Jack Bryden out there. And if you go up to Jack Bryden and say, "Give me a tweet," he will do that. Absolutely. So we'll see that. So next one, Izzy Yad Shamin. Do you guys think we need to splash out on an insane player, in brackets, over 20 million next season? Smithy?
I do think we need to strengthen the squad. I don't think we need, what I love about Poch is that he keeps saying he doesn't want to bring in someone who's going to be a bad egg and upset the unbelievable team spirit, the squad that we have. However, we do need backup for certain players. I mean, Harry Kane, we're still a little bit buggered if he gets injured this year. So, yes, we do need backup. I think we need a striker, maybe another midfielder. So, especially if we do go on and win the league. You know, as great as that is, let's not be a one season. Why can't we push on? We've got money in the bank. We've got a stadium coming. We've got one of the youngest teams, one of the best managers. Why don't we push on, buy a few players, and challenge year in, year out?
I think because we've got to pay for that stadium more than anything.
just killed me there, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
But with the money that we'll get from the Champions League, there's no reason why we can't buy 1 or 2 good players.
Yeah, no, I think there is. I think we know there's 25 million to spend because that's in the end what we offered for Berahino.
Exactly.
We just offered it over 45 years. I've got one more comment to go for. This is Heroically Glend 123 on BBC. 40% say that Spurs can win the title. Do you think we can win the title? Well, Smithy has talked about it. He thinks we can. He thinks we're with a good chance. We definitely can. In my view, we definitely can. To me, I've said this for a while. I think. And it hurts me to say it, but whoever finishes above Woolwich will win the title.
I agree with that. And also, I think the title question is so hard. There's so many factors. When I get asked will Spurs from the title, I generally say I don't know because I don't. It's not just if we're good enough. It's the injuries. It's the luck on the day. It's the Europa League factor. It's how other teams get on. It's impossible to answer that if we win the title. Are we capable of winning the title? Yes, we are.
Yeah, because we put ourselves in.
I don't know.
Because we put ourselves in a position to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So it's about halfway through half time. What we're going to do now is we're going to show you some of the content that we make here on Spurred On, and you check it out if you haven't seen it before. Don't forget to subscribe using the button underneath in the description box. Come on, you Spurs.
Hey guys, it's Smithy from Soccer M, back on Spurred On, and I'm about to tell you my top 5 Tottenham Hotspur away days.
Have they?
Right, number 5 for me is Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2 back in 2004. Goals from Robbie Keane and Jermaine Defoe. What an away day it was. I went with a load of my mates up there. It was a boiling hot day. I remember we went in shorts and a t-shirt. I even had a pair of flip-flops on, and it was the last game of the season. Wolves got relegated, and because it was the last away game of the season, everyone took inflatables, and at one point I was actually lying on a lilo watching Tottenham Hotspur play. I've never been lying on a lilo, getting sun on my body, watching Tottenham Hotspur win at an away fixture since. I'll always remember that. What a day it was, and up the Spurs. Now, as everyone knows, away days aren't always about the performance or the result. It's about the day out as well. And for that reason alone, I am going to say my 4th favourite away day is the League Cup final. Not the one you're thinking, the one that we lost to Man United at Wembley. Just for me, this was just a funny day out. I'd injured my ankle playing football quite badly, sprained the ligaments actually, my right ankle, playing for the mighty Oxford Royals the day before. I was on crutches. In the pub beforehand and afterwards, everyone's just saying, crutches, Smithy, what do you want? Crutches, do you want a drink? And then one of them stole my crutches. I had to limp to go to the toilet. It was just an absolute disaster. I sat in 120 minutes, didn't see a single goal. Then we were diabolical on penalties. And to make matters even worse / funny, walking back from Wembley Way, which as you all know is a nightmare as it is. It takes about an hour to get to the tube station. Some busy security guard wouldn't let me go up the ramp. I had to walk on one of my crutches because my mate had run off with the other crutch up the stairs onto the tube. It was a bit of a nightmare on the pitch, but we had a belting day out. Number 3 for me, unfortunately, it wasn't a game we won again, but it was a great day out. It was Middlesbrough away back in 2004. Don't know if any of you were there at the time, but we lost 1-0, and it was huge at the time to try and qualify for the UEFA Cup. Me and 9 mates took a minibus, which is the first time I've ever taken a minibus to a game. No sat-navs back then, having to find your way on an old school ordnance survey map to the ground. One of my mates said, let's get there really early and check out Middlesbrough. There's no need to do that if you're playing Middlesbrough away. There is very little to do in Middlesbrough. We got there about 3 hours before kick-off, went straight into the ground, ridiculously early to get into a stadium for a game. I looked like an absolute fruit pot back then. I had blonde peroxide, bleached, long, highlighted hair. I think I even had a short sleeve shirt over a long sleeve shirt. Looked like a right egg. But we had a barrel of laughs. We lost 1-0 and we had a great day. I wouldn't change it for the world. My second favourite Spurs away day is Tottenham Hotspur 2, Chelsea 1, the League Cup final at Wembley. What a day that was. So many reasons for this. It was a cup final. Every single person I knew thought Chelsea would win that day. They were firm favourites. Obviously, there's a huge rivalry between us and Chelsea. Berbatov scored an amazing little pen, very cheeky pen. Woodgate got the winner. Just beating Chelsea in a cup final at Wembley, lifting the trophy, everything about it. I knew so many mates. It was great just looking at seeing people that you knew in different parts of the stadium, and then at the end of the game, that famous view down Wembley Way, just a sea of white and blue colour everywhere. Spurs fans singing, dancing, waving flags, everyone partying into the night. What a day. I absolutely loved it. Great away day. My favourite ever Tottenham Hotspur away day was at Upton Park, Tottenham Hotspur 4, West Ham United 3. We were 3-2 down in this fixture at about the 88th, 89th minute. Bobby Zamora just scored for them against us. We were getting hammered for that by the West Ham fans. I just thought this can't get much worse, to be honest. We're going to lose at West Ham. I'm here, they're giving it us. West Ham fans don't like Spurs, let's face it. Then we scored 2 goals with, the last goal must have been the last kick of the game, scoring 2 goals in injury time. Stalteri, of all people, getting the winner, and I remember vividly being moved. I think I started in row M and ended in about row C. Everyone just went flying forward. I remember celebrating, vivid memory I have of this game is as I was celebrating, just seeing someone's shoe just being thrown in the air because no one knew what to do. It was such a chaotic, unbelievable, last gasp winning game. Mark Noble started crying. The emotion in that game was just unbelievable. My all-time favourite Spurs away day was beating the Hammers at their place. So that was my top 5 Tottenham Hotspur away days. Let us know what you think and tell us your top 5 away days in the comments section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and check out @Spurred On TV on Twitter. And for more great content, check out Soccer M's YouTube channel. Hey, this is Smithy back again for Spurred On. Now Tottenham do of course play Swansea this weekend and we will be coming up against Gylfi Sigurdsson. Hey, this is Smithy back again for Spurred On. Now, Tottenham do, of course, play Swansea this weekend, and we will be coming up against Gylfi Sigurdsson, former Spurs player, and I think someone who is massively underrated at the club. And that got me thinking of a new idea for a video. Who are the top 5 most underrated Spurs players of the Premier League era? Number 5 for me is Nico Cranchar. What a player he was, and he was definitely underrated. The reason I say that is because we had a lot of very good midfielders at the time. Obviously, the Bales, the Van der Vaarts, the Modric's spring to mind. We had a lot of other midfielders as well. He was so versatile. You could play him in behind the striker, out wide, in midfield. He was such a quality player that played with his heart on his sleeve all the time, scored some brilliant goals. The only person who liked him more than me was Harry Redknapp. I think he signed him about 700 times. He even played with a shoelace in his hair. Number 5, Nico Cranchar. Number 4 for me, slightly controversial for a couple of you I know, is Roman Pavlyuchenko, who I believe wasn't sold because he wasn't good enough, but was sold because we had better striking options at the time. Not like today when we've only got one striker. Back then we had Crouchy, we had Keane, we had Defoe, and Pav scored so many important goals for us. There's a montage of all his Spurs goals on YouTube. It's 2 minutes 38 seconds long. Therefore he can't be that bad. He scored at Old Trafford, he scored at Inter Milan, and he scored that goal against Young Boys, which was so important to us. We were 3-0 down in a Champions League qualifying match, and what a goal that was. I'm saying number 4, Roman Pavlyuchenko. Number 3 for me is Scott Parker. Let me know what you think about that choice in the comments section below, but I can't imagine any of you disagreeing with that one. What a player. And what I loved about him was we had a lot of technically gifted players at the time. He was a proper old school hard man. He's someone that should have been playing in the 1966 World Cup final team. He had that mentality. He'd always get the crowd going. I think he made Modric the player that he is, or had an effect in making Modric the player he is, because he freed Modric up. He did all the dirty work that allowed Modric to roam and score goals and be the technical player that he was. He played for 5 London clubs. He never gets booed at any of them when he returns because he is such a well-respected guy. He captained England. He was amazing at doing the 360 pirouette one way, and then as soon as you saw him go that way, he'd go the other way. I love the fact he'd come off the football field, he'd be muddy, he'd be battered, he'd be bruised, his shirt would be pulled, yet his hair would be unbelievable. Scott Parker, number 3. Number 2 for me is the man I mentioned earlier, Gylfi Sigurdsson. I still think he could do a job in the current Spurs squad. I don't think he'd start in our strongest 11, but I do think he'd be a very good squad player. I only think we sold him because we've got, let's face it, a slightly better player in Ericsson. He's easily Swansea's best player, scored some really big goals for us. He scored an absolute worldie against Hull in the League Cup. Don't know if any of you were there, but that was an absolute rocket of a goal. Regularly wins Sports Personality of the Year in Iceland, and if you haven't seen the trophy that he wins for that, Google it because it is absolutely ridiculous. He's a top fella, he's single-handedly taken Iceland to the Euros, which is an unbelievable achievement, and I still think he could do a job for the mighty Spurs. My most underrated Spurs player of the Premier League era is Peter Crouch. And the reason I say that, in fact I've got a lot of reasons why I say that, he scored some massive goals for us. The one that springs to mind is the one at Man City at the Etihad that took us to the Champions League. He also scored in the San Siro, scored against AC Milan, he scored against Inter Milan at home as well. Just a huge player for us. His goals to game ratio for England is still one of the best of any strikers. I still think he is underrated at all the clubs he's been at. I think people look at Crouchy, think tall, strong, good in the air, but actually he's a very good technical player, and there's so many goals that Van der Vaart set up for him. He still tweets about Spurs, he still loves Spurs, which I love because he had a lot of former clubs. He always is very positive about Spurs. He came up with the famous quote, "What would you be if you weren't a footballer?" He said a virgin. Can't argue with that. He's a top man and he is my most underrated Spurs player of all time. Peter Crouch, I love you. So that was my top 5 most underrated Spurs players of the Premier League era. Let us know what you think. Who do you agree with and who do you disagree with? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and check out @Spurred On TV on Twitter. And for more great football content, check out Soccer M's YouTube channel.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to...
Hi guys, we're back with our live watch along of the West Ham 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0 Premier League 6-pointer, I think it's fair to say. I'm with Smithy, I'm with our token West Ham fan Rob. It was my idea to have a West Ham fan here. I'm regretting it hugely at the moment.
Where did that idea come from?
Well, I was worried that me and you wouldn't have enough to talk about, but now obviously, of course we would have done. It would have been absolutely fine. Anyway, Rob, you know, shh. And more importantly, we're going to go over to Squawker Dave, who's next to Jack Bryden in the social side. He's going to give us the details on the other games at the moment.
So in the other games at the moment, the scores haven't changed much since you last joined me. Arsenal 1, Swansea 1, that's just kicked off. Stoke 0, Newcastle 0, and West Ham are winning 1-0 against Spurs, obviously. Liverpool are 2-0 up at Man City, another good result for Tottenham, and Man United are drawing at Watford. If we just jump over to a live league table, we've got Leicester City top on 57 points, Tottenham on 54 points, Arsenal 52, and Man City on 47. West Ham have shot up to 5th position on 46 points, above Manchester United on 45 points. So it's a big second half for Tottenham. How I feel Tottenham have got to change this. I think Christian Eriksen has had a lot of the ball, but he hasn't had the ball in the best of areas. Only Kevin Wimmer's completed more passes in the first half. But if we take a look at his pass map, it's all either not threatening in the final third, going very wide, or very deep in midfield. So what I'd do for Tottenham is I'd pull him wide. I feel that Eriksen's a bit better when you start him in that wide left position and he drifts inside. Moving Chadley inside as well to become a bit more of a threat getting into the penalty area and get Lamela back to that right and make a bit of change at attacking midfield. But we'll see what Pochettino does.
I mean,
Sorry, Dave, it wasn't your stats I was reacting to, it was the fact that he went 2-0 down. Eriksen out wide, what's he talking about?
In the first half, Hugo tried to take it onto his left foot from a back pass. He's done exactly the same thing, and exactly the same thing happened. He nearly got it nicked off his
what are you
foot.
doing to me today?
What have they eaten last night?
Sit down, Stubborn.
What food have they eaten last night to get them playing like this?
lasagna at Bowling Ground.
Absolutely shocking start to the second half again from Spurs. I saw just as the teams were coming out, Mauricio Pochettino give Dele Alli a little pat on the shoulder. I would fancy him coming on around 60 minutes in a game like this. If let's say
we've got to use him now. I mean, I know that it's the Arsenal game and it's a bigger game and it's the weekend, but we've got to play to this game now. We're 1-0 down. This is our biggest game at the moment. We can't afford to lose this game.
Terrible touch there from Nasser Chadli. We've somehow got it back. I think that's a
This
foul.
is a minging game, isn't it?
It's a horrible game. West Ham have turned it into an absolute Sunday league game. West Ham are a disgrace of a side. They shouldn't be in the Premier League. It's absolutely sickening, allowing players like this to just make it such an ugly game when we've got players with haircuts like Lamela on the pitch.
Eric. Just 1 point off 4th now.
He's just given the ball away. Hold on, he's won it back, Lamela. Go on, just do it easy.
Play it out wide.
Give it easy.
Don't
give it easy.
well played, better.
Let's just get a bit of possession. No, try.
We have got.
try and
We
trick
just
me.
can't
Well done,
get
Harry.
around
You're a
this.
battering ram, Harry. You're a battering ram. Bang it! Bang it!
Ericsson.
Go on, hit it. Just hit
Bang
it.
it! Oh, it's
Corner ball,
deflected
we'll
for
have
corner.
that.
Come
Corner
on, you
ball.
Spurs.
Come
wasn't
on,
it?
Tottenham.
Oh no, it's not.
How's
is
that
it?
not a corner ball?
Let's have a look at
What
this
is
on
the
the
ref looking at?
replay.
It's clearly a corner.
First
He's had a
attempt of the
strike.
game.
Ben
It's
Davis with the
definitely
strike.
come off. It hasn't come off anyone. It's a
It's
goal
definitely
kick.
not a corner.
It's
your
definitely
first
a wrong
attempt of the
decision.
game.
I'm wrong.
It's our first non-corner of the game. No, we had a corner in the first half, I remember. It's our first shot of the game. It's our first shot of the game. That's absolutely right. Anyway, ugly game so far, but at least we did have a
horrible
shot.
game of football.
It's so horrible. Slaven Bilic, it just suits West Ham so much with their small club mentality. Absolutely disgraceful. What we didn't talk about, though, is the fact, Dave mentioned it, but City have gone 2 down to Liverpool. And if Man United win and Man City lose tonight, that takes City out of the top 4. Can you imagine if Guardiola comes in next year and he's not in the Champions League? That would be hysterical.
Change his decision, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, maybe. Hugo Lloris has just done what he does at least once every game and shanked it out off the pitch. Then, to me, I don't usually like being like this, but to me, we have to make a change. It's not right. There's something not working.
Wow.
West Ham have just lost the ball. It's gone out for a throw, and Antonio didn't get it under control. But
Right, so talk to us about our bench options, Barnaby.
I can do that, actually. We have on the bench Michel Vorm, Kyle Walker, Danny Rose as the fullbacks. Tom Carroll is our centre midfield option with Dele Alli. He could play just in front. Josh Onomer also could do that as well. And Hung Min Son.
I would like to see Son and Ali introduced this
Oh,
second
lovely
half if
pass.
nothing changes.
God, Lamella's touch tonight has been absolutely
Son, surely he's a light for light for either Lamella or Chadley.
Yeah,
I mean, Lamella's also been booked as well, it's worth pointing out.
West Ham are in here a bit. It was a good crossfield
They've
ball.
got to consider Son and Ali second half.
Emenike run into the corner.
Oh, showboating now.
Yeah, the little back heel, I don't like that at all.
I think it was just out of breath. This is Emenike, who I'm sure.
West Ham had a day's more rest, didn't they? They do look fresher.
Yeah.
Harry taking the ball by the horns. Oh, and lost it.
But, I mean, I've hardly seen Kane so far.
Yeah, it's a fair point, that.
Oh my God, the ref has just... Mark Noble seems to have his best game of the season against us every year. I hate him so much, and I love that he's never going to get an England cap. It's absolutely perfect.
That's fine. He's well rested for us.
Well rested for his testimonial next week. I saw an interview with him where he's like, which team you play? He's like, I didn't want to get any team. I'm just having a load of mates come along. Play. It's me against my mates. Anyway, they've just played their free kick. Just get it down. We have to get it under control.
The thing is, there's no support now.
That's a
We've
bit
got the
better.
ball and there's no support. That's a free kick, isn't it?
Off the pitch, I think.
They're so
Ericsson's
quick
got
at
it out on
closing
the
us down.
right-hand side here.
What I think we need to do is switch the play a little bit.
Yeah.
It's so narrow. When you get it out wide, look to use the central players and switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
Got to be switching the play a little bit.
It's a bit negative. We're doing this live stream watch along for the first time, and it would be an absolute horror show if this is our worst game of the season.
Yeah,
but
that would be classic Spurs, wouldn't it?
It is. I'm not
Spurs
going
of
to
old.
Spurs
of old.
Oh, well done, Christian Eriksen.
Oh, lovely little nutmeg.
But that's quite typical of what's happened all day. It's kind of been over. It's kind of just every ball that we've tried to pass or do has been overhit somewhat. Okay, we got it back. That's good. That's better. Down. We usually were a lot more energetic. Chance! Oh, Lamella at the near post, header from a good cross.
Off his wounded head.
Let's be totally honest, you want that to be falling to Harry Kane there. You don't want that to be falling to Eric Lamella. But it was a great cross from Kieran Trippier.
Well wide.
Absolutely.
It's one of those on the camera one, you think, oh, he's hit the post. Then you look at it again, it's like, it's gone out for nearly a throw-in.
But again, we got a cross into the box, we got forward, we kept the ball for a tiny bit, and we got a cross in, and that's how chances are made. I think we need to get more of Trippier on the ball, more of Ben Davis on the ball, get crosses into the box, get Harry Kane onto the end of those crosses, bang, 1-1, momentum shift, 2-1, come on you Spurs, top of the league. That, I think it's fair to say.
It's worth pointing out, that's the half-time team talk there. If I'm Mauricio Pochettino, we go top of the league if we win this game.
Oh God.
Top of the league.
I was told West Ham just played a through ball that came deep
Just
into
go hell for
Hugo's
leather,
box,
come on.
and I was shocked that Hugo didn't come out. There's a bit of a lack of confidence about all the team at the moment, but I guess that tends to be what happens when you're losing and you've got a team playing against you. Rob, is this what West Ham are like every week? The 3 or 4 men around the ball every time?
It's what we're like when we're playing against. We're horrible against the bottom 6.
Yeah.
Because the bottom 6 play against us like we're a traditionally top 6 team. Like this is a strange league this year. West Ham, in a normal Premier League year, even with this squad, would not be finishing anywhere.
It's worth pointing out as well that you've actually had some unbelievable results against the big teams.
It's all the big teams. The bottom teams we've struggled because, and it's the same as when we were in the Championship. There was this kind of like big club mentality when people came to us. and they'd set up and they go 10. Yeah, when Blackpool would come to us, they'd put 10 men behind the ball. We couldn't break them down.
I should say, I'm sorry, Rob, but while you were talking there, Hugo Lloris claimed the ball, made an immediate long punt upfield that I was initially going to say I wish he would just let us get some possession. Harry Kane did well to let it bounce, held the ball up well, got it down, laid it across to Lamela, who kind of, I think he tried to control it but it went through his legs. Ryan Mason came onto it first time, kind of inside out with the outside of his boot shot, and it kind of flew over the over the bar and the stanchion. But good. We've had 2 shots in the first 9 minutes of this half, and we had none in the first half. Lamela has committed another foul here on Mark Noble, who is obviously making out like he's been shot by a sniper.
He's a very
like
brave
it was the worst
man.
foul of all time.
Man.
Let's see what actually happens.
How's he even still alive?
It's a frustrating foul from Lamela. It'll be interesting to see when changes are made what he'll go for here. So, I talked, a little bit humorously about West Ham playing long ball, but it's more those kind of mid-range balls up to the striker that you love to play so much, isn't it? Oh, hello. No one's.
Wait,
God. Great chance at the back.
Right, just take your time. Set again.
Yeah, it's a
Come
goal.
on, Spurs.
It's a
We
goal
know
kick.
we've got this in our locker.
It's a goal kick after a good cross from Mark Noble, and he comes in at the back piece. Who's that? Your fullback coming in, is it?
That's Cresswell, yeah. I think.
Yeah, Cresswell, the left.
It's a great ball in from Nobes, to be fair. You're dead right. He's had a good game.
Oh, and we've
Dead
lost the
right,
ball
Barnaby.
already.
He does play well against us.
We've lost
doesn't
the ball already. How has that happened? We've lost the ball already. Oh my God, and they're in.
Don't foul him there!
Oh, very close to
Oh God, just get it away.
Oh my God.
Wow,
There's a shot that's ended up in space.
I'm waiting for that to land on me, that shot.
West Ham looking dangerous again. This is a horrible game so far. So let's hope for some better news as I throw over to Squawker Dave to talk us through some of the other...
Come on, Dave, give us some good news.
Well, so far, there's been no goals in the second half of all the games, so there's no good news at the moment. Arsenal still drawing with Swansea 1-0, Stoke 0, Newcastle 0, West Ham 1, obviously Tottenham 0. Still half-time in the Liverpool versus Man City game and the Man United-Watford game as well. Borussia Dortmund went on to win 2-0 in the game against Darmstadt. Eric Durm scoring the second goal, quite a comfortable win for Dortmund, so it's going to be an interesting encounter in the Europa League in the coming weeks.
I'll tell you what, if we play like this, it won't be an interesting encounter. We'll get
I love that is. I love how Dave reminds us of the Spurs score as well every time he throws it. Spurs still losing. Thanks, mate.
It's almost like he's trying to feel he hasn't got enough to say. I can tell you right now, if it continues like this, they will score in the next 10-15 minutes because this has been horrible. The beginning of this second half.
It's not Spurs like this season, is it?
They look tired. They're not getting stuck in.
Do you know what it looks like?
Everything is falling to West Ham.
This looks like a classic game after the Europa League. This looks like it should have been Sunday's game, having played midweek. That we're leggy, we're tired. Which, ironically, we didn't look at all after we played midweek.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're saving something for Arsenal? I know you've rested a couple of players or changed the squad, however to put it, but like so you
is this not more winnable? No Jews.
Absolutely.
But then a lot of people have said this is a harder game than Arsenal in a lot of ways, just because of how much it means to West Ham and stuff. And let's face it, that's exactly what happened. They've won every second ball, and our passing has been atrocious.
But
that is a yellow card.
That is a yellow card.
That is a yellow card. Chadley got a toe on it.
Stop the play there. He's not even stopped giving a free kick.
Oh my God, the ref hasn't even given a... That's unbelievable, Jeff. Anyway, so...
But they're both hard games, Barnaby, and we should be playing our best team. We should be putting Dele Alli on now for this game, not saving him for Arsenal, is what I think.
Eric Dyer, I haven't seen him do that all season. He just made the most hideous pass in the midfield, and we've done that 4 or 5 times in this half alone.
Right, I think we need to bring Dele Alli on. He's coming on. It's similar to Watford, by the way. We played at Watford at home, and it was very cagey. It was 0-0. He came on, made the difference, created the goal.
Yeah.
And I think it's not just the fact that he will create chances. I think. Just from playing at a very low level that I do, when you bring on a player of his class, not that we've ever brought on a player of Dele Alli's class for Oxford Boys in Sunday League, but when you have a quality player that you bring on, it lifts the team because the other players know what he's got in his locker and it can
affect the opposition as well.
Yeah.
Guys, for those of you who haven't watched our channel before, do click subscribe on the little link in the description box because we will send you some videos every day to your homepage all about Spurs and all about what an amazing season it's been. I know this isn't a great game so far, but what an unbelievable time to be a Spurs fan it is. And let me tell you, if we get anything from this game and we score a goal,
You'll hear about
The
it.
camera will be kicked over, the lights will be everywhere. Smithy, we'll be making love. Everything will happen. So that's a terrible cross from Ben Davis.
I'll be watching with envy in my eyes.
With ends.
Ben Davis just put a cross in. So Dele Alli is getting unchanged
Dele Alli.
on the
Dele
bench.
Alli.
Who, Smithy, would
Dele
you say
Alli.
is likely to be coming off for Dele Alli here?
I would say Ryan Mason, I think.
I'm not sure about that. I think he'll want to play him more advanced. So
The only reason I say that is
it'd be
because he will then be
Chadley,
going
maybe.
with a similar formation and players that have previously played. Obviously, Mason is the like-for-like sub. Plus, I also think if you're taking off a Chadley or a Lamella, which I can see that as well, but that's then more defensive.
But I think
I mean?
why he would bring him on at this point is to stretch the play and be more of an attacking threat. So I think it's more likely to me that I would say Chadley will come off and Ali will go in behind.
That's not as attacking sub that we want, really, is it? Because Chadley's a goal scorer. I know he hasn't been brilliant today.
It's only one.
It'll be Chadley or Lamella, is my opinion.
Do you think?
Yeah. And Lamella's given the ball away there, so that could answer the question for us. He's working hard. I'll give him that.
I think it's more likely to be Lamella than Chadley.
Okay, interesting. Rob, from a non-Spurs point of view, who's coming off?
I would agree. Chadley.
Lloris. Rob says he hopes he brings Lloris off for him.
Yeah.
Stuart Nethercott.
That's who he wants to come on.
That is who you want to come on, isn't it?
But I mean, I mentioned it briefly first. Oh God Almighty. Ben Davis is
Come on!
Our 5-yard passing has been horrible. Good interception from Eric Dyer here. I sense hopefully a little bit of a slowdown in West Ham's pressing here.
How long is this sub taking, by the way?
That's a lovely ball from Eric Dyer. Well done, Lamella. Decent pass. Good.
Now get it out wide to Mason.
One
Mason's
touch, 3 or 4 yard stuff. That's good. Get it out to Trippier. Get it out to Trippier. He'll get a nice one. Oh, he's going to bang it, is he? Yes, he is.
Oh my God, that's it!
Yeah! No!
Oh my word!
Don't cheer too early. It's not in.
Alderweireld has had a shot.
You cheered before it's gone in the back of the net.
Ah! It was an optical illusion. Alderweireld's had a shot from 100 yards, which Adrian has parried out to Harry Kane, who has got to score. He's offside. He's an arm offside. But Kane's got a score there.
Was it given offside though? He was offside. It wasn't given though, was it?
No.
But this is what we need to do on a slippery pitch like that. You've got to make keepers make saves. You've got to make keepers
Kane's
make
actually hit the target. He's just scuffed the shot.
He scuffed the shot. If it's a corner, it wasn't given offside. It would have counted. Kane has got to score that. Dele Alli has come on for Nasser Chadli, as predicted by Slats. What a surprise.
Fair play. Cool.
Okay, corner from Christian Eriksen. That's our third shot of the half. It's coming. Come on.
On TV.
Oh, he's punched it away. Bang it. Oh, Ben Davis. Ben Davis, he should have done a bit better there. Don't let that bounce. Oh, God. Oh, well up. Oh, God.
Do you know what? That was a big chance.
Well done, Ben Davis.
We are not going to get many
tackle.
chances in this second half now, I'll tell you that.
That's gone off. Go on then.
Oh, that's stupid.
Okay, Spurs have got a throw. I'll tell you what, the first 15 minutes of this half has been a lot, last 5 minutes especially has been a lot better. I genuinely sense, Rob, I'd be interested in what you see, that you have stopped pressing us now, high up the pitch, and we are getting the ball.
The first 5 or 10 minutes of this half, more than I even noticed in the first half, there's like 4 West Ham players around every Spurs player. But now look how much space you've got here.
Yeah, it's because we're quality, mate.
Yeah.
Just losing 1-0.
Class, losing 1-0.
Interesting. They will be dangerous on the break though, but that was good to see Toby get that shot. Look, Toby is making up the extra man. He's having another dig. Oh, I don't mind that. Let's get some more shots on target. Good man. Toby Alderweireld. Just what a player. I really love him. It's good to see us showing that fight. This is new Spurs, you see. We're not crumbling.
That was
we're fighting.
Big chance though, mate.
Harry Kane's got to score that. It would be Devo. I'm sorry about cheering, but optical illusion, I genuinely thought it was in.
No, I thought it's
letting the viewers down there.
I saw the net bulging.
I'll tell you what that does do though, show exactly what would happen if we do score. Because I was basically running off.
Oh, he's just scuffed it into the ground.
Yes,
it's kind of behind him though.
Oh, he hasn't saved the replay. He scuffed it into the ground and it's gone wide.
People will say Kane's got to score that, but it kind of was behind him before he could get his kind of leg to it. It's not easy. Let me tell you, as a quality striker myself, and goalkeeper, and central midfielder and defender, I can tell you that that's not easy. But more importantly, let's find out what another quality player thinks. Jack Bryden over in the social.
I'm pretty stressed over it, to be honest, guys.
It's going to be okay,
Pretty
mate.
stressed.
Got to believe. As a champion,
Lots
you've
of
got to
people.
believe.
I know, thanks, Dave. You know, I like having you here because, you know, the support is great. But I'm still a bit worried that this might go tits up. Whether I can say tits, I don't know, but I've just said it twice.
You're in now.
Allowed
You're
to
careful.
lovely ball into Dele Alli.
Come on!
Oh, he should have given it, I think. Spurs doing well. Sorry, Jack, keep going.
No, that's okay, that's okay. A lot of people online saying,
Go on, Christian. Go on,
keep
Christian.
believing.
Oh, another
It's been a
save
word
from
that we've
Ariel
used a lot.
Adrian.
I'll just shout over everyone, but yeah, that's good. Keep believing. We're the fittest, youngest team in the league.
Can't
You
hear
know,
you, mate.
there's still quite a while to go. How do you can you see us coming back into this, boys?
Well, we're getting up ahead of steam.
You know, we come out of the second half. I've been watching a bit of it. We've had more chances this half than we did in the last half, in my opinion.
Hold on, you can't do that.
Whoa, what's that going to
The
be?
first one is definitely ours. You can't pull him back. Yes, thank
This
you.
ref is having a laugh.
It's all right.
today.
It's a big Kev Vimmer, thankfully, because he's only been booked. And sorry, Jack. Give us some more tweets, Jack.
Tweet here, we won't like it, but maybe some of you people out there that aren't Spurs fans will.
That's very funny.
No one wants to win.
It's depressing. It's depressing. It's there on a plate. It's there on a plate for us to win, and this is happening tonight. But you know, we've still got a long while to go.
At the minute, as things stand, none of the top four. Arsenal are drawing, Leicester drew last night. We're losing.
Yeah.
There's no one winning.
Nope.
It's absolutely.
This is a perfect depiction of what's going on.
It's on a plate for Chelsea to come and win it.
I think I would actually go and jump in the Thames if that
Can
happened.
I just say, Jack, whilst you were doing some brilliant social work, may I say, Ben Davis, the West Ham player, whatever his name, took it round Ben Davis, and Ben Davis just stood his ground. How's he supposed to get out of the way? And he's been booked for obstruction. Absolutely ridiculous.
Handful of his
This
shirt.
ref, or James Collins, it looks like has got an injury. I think he's got a blister.
He's either
or some kind of
devastated that
scratch.
he's got an injury, or he's just seen what his beard looks like.
Oh, this is the kid who played the first game, is it?
Reece Oxford.
Reece
Oxford.
Oxford.
17 years old.
Was it Arsenal?
Arsenal, yeah, 2-0
Where's he
away
been
with him.
since?
School. Working hard.
Can't
Studying.
do
Can I just
Early
say in all
nights,
seriousness,
milk.
guys, James Collins is limping off to be replaced by Reece Oxford. This could be good because I think James Collins absolutely lives for games like this, and he's played well. He's won everything in the air. This could be good for us. Now, Reece Oxford's a midfielder, isn't he? He's not going to go into the
He is centre back. He has played at centre back through the academy levels, through all the youth stages. But we started him at holding midfield in that Arsenal game.
Right.
But by trade and for England youth teams as well, he's been centre back.
So is he going to come in and play centre back against Harry Kane in an absolute? Well, you know, this is a
Yeah, probably
a
had him in his
test.
pocket as well. He had Özil in his pocket.
Yeah, that's true. So good. Here's amazing.
It's a quality ball. Oh my God! He's
my
booted it
God.
over from
I should
6
say
yards.
an absolutely unbelievable free kick from Dimitri
Yeah.
Payet there. His vision and his
Payet is
ability.
lethal on set pieces. by
That
the
is
way.
unbelievable. And
Yeah.
who was it who missed that? Antonio.
I think that's Antonio. again, isn't
Terrific
it?
chance. Spurs
Antonio.
live to breathe again.
Shins
Come on,
it
boys.
to
Make
the
the
head.
most
Come
of
on,
it.
Tottenham, we can't
And
lose
Hugo's
against
kicked the
West
ball out
Ham.
of play already.
Come on, how much do you want this?
Why?
Come on.
Answer me this, Smithy. In games, usually our centre back split when Hugo's got the ball and we play it short and Dyer comes and get it. Why are we not doing it? Why are we playing it long? Are we being dragged into their game?
Massively, mate. I think it's a brilliant point. We have completely been dragged into the way they're playing. And because they're playing, yes, they're playing a bit of long ball, but they're passing it around nicely. They've been clever with fouls as well.
lovely ball from Lamela.
Because we've given away silly free kicks, and we have completely been sucked into their way of playing, mate.
Well done, Dele. Okay, we've got a bit.
question.
We're working it around the right hand side. Good cross.
Oh my word! How's he missed that? Oh dear!
Harry Kane has hit the beans
Did he? He just scuffed it, didn't he? He just scuffed it. Is it the beans on mist?
No, I think he's hit the post
I don't
here.
think
Watch
he has
this.
hit the post, mate.
I think he's just no.
No, he scuffed it. Sorry, it was an optical illusion again.
All he's I could have sworn I saw the net bulging.
It's a throw-in.
Sorry, it's come to him on his left foot and he can't
It's
wrap
gone
it around.
miles away from the post.
I can't see very well.
You're right, mate.
Oh God! Look, guys. Most importantly, it was a lovely cross. and We've got to keep
Was
getting.
a lovely cross. Was a lovely
Got to
cross.
keep getting more crosses in because that's where the danger is coming from. Lovely little build-up play by Dele Alli as well.
Come on, Tottenham.
But
This
West
is
Ham have got the
very
ball back.
squeaky
This is
bum
the kind
now.
of game, if we get something out of this now, and I include a point in this,
Absolutely.
it would make me think, do you know what?
Absolutely.
This could be our
New
season.
Spurs. Absolutely.
This could be our season.
Totally.
Because we have been unlucky. Two subs on the season, Ali and Son both coming on.
Heung-min
Great
Son is coming
play.
on. I would imagine for Eric Lamela.
If you're watching Poch, he's obviously not watching, he's there, but if you are, great substitution. Come on.
If he was watching, that would be the most surprising subscriber. I think this time
He's got it on 4G.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? If we win this game now, this is our season. This proves that we're genuine title contenders.
Yeah, because everything in this match is set up against us, I think. Everything. Oh, God.
We have had a few chances, but so have they, let's not forget. Look at that second half possession.
Same as the first,
65%.
yeah.
What are the scores on the doors elsewhere?
Shall we go and find out from Squawker Dave? Squawker, what's going on in the other matches?
Well, it's still no change, lads. I apologise. No goals have gone in, so Arsenal 1, Swansea 1, Stoke 0, Newcastle 0, West Ham again. I'm gonna, let you know the score there. 1-0 to West Ham.
Come on.
Liverpool 2, Man City 0. Kicked off again. Man United, Watford United looking very, very poor in midfield. But Fusu Mensah is bossing the show. 18 years old, Dutch lad, come from the Ajax Academy, and he's just having an absolute worldie.
I love United. I love United.
It's still 0-0, yeah. Oh, Lamela, put it out! Put him in! Put him in! Get it across the box! I think there he just. Anyway, it's come out to Ben Davies and Desiree Koyate has gone full leather into him. So it's
Here comes the sun.
Eric Lamela is coming off for Heung-min Son.
Good sub. He's booked. We don't want him suspended. We don't want him missing another game, getting sent off. Son,
3 defenders booked though.
Interesting though, because I don't feel like there's been a lot of room for kind of pacey running with the ball in this. So hopefully Sonny can pick up some nice pockets of space that Lamela hasn't yet found. Dele Alli is getting on the ball
a bit of magic
as well.
from you.
That is a
That's
foul.
a free kick. Come on.
Jesus, ref, come on. Well done, Sonny. Little one.
Oh, unlucky. Nick it.
Oh, well
that is
Great
so
sub. Who's that?
cowardly.
Ryan Mason.
That was Ryan Mason, who's been absolutely huge in the first, in the last 10 minutes, I'd say. He's been working really hard.
We don't want to lose this game, Spurs.
Come on, Sonny, win a corner. Get out. He's out on the right-hand side, Sonny.
Yeah, get a corner from this.
Well done. Cross it, Kieran.
Whip it in. Whip it in,
well
son.
done, Trips. Fantastic
Oh,
from
word.
Trips.
How's he done that?
He's a brilliant crosser of the ball as well. Oh,
He is a good
unlucky.
crosser, all that.
He's a fan. Oh, hello. Eric Dyer's taking it on his chest. Give it out wide to Trippier again.
You are just camped on the edge of our box now.
Sonny with a left foot shot on his swinger, very unlikely, and from outside the box, and it's gone over the bar.
Squeaky bum in the 70th minute.
Yeah, 70 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go. When was the last time we didn't score? Leicester at home, I guess. 6 games ago, because we've won 6 since. This is unlike any game I've seen us play this season, though, to be honest.
This is a hard game, mate. This is a very tough, tricky, ugly game. It's an ugly game of football.
But as a West Ham fan, are you starting to feel more nervous? We're getting more.
Yeah, I'm sweating profusely, Barney.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it.
Okay, well, no good news. No good news. No good news on the pitch here, guys. No good news on the pitch here, guys.
But
But
West
I
Ham
can give you some.
Andy Carroll, that's not what we want to see.
I can give you some good news from elsewhere, though, where Liverpool have scored a third
Wow.
against Manchester City.
See, I told you Liverpool
given
would
up.
get something out of that.
They've
I
given
was
up.
certain they'd get something out of that. Wasn't certain they'd win 3-0.
Well,
I thought
I'll
they'd
tell
get
you,
something out of that.
yeah, unbelievable
That
stuff.
is an incredible result. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be gutted they haven't won the League Cup final.
It's Roberto Firmino with that. Well, it sounds to me like Man City have enjoyed that League Cup final win a little too much.
Yeah.
Absolutely got leathered by the sound of it.
Is that three losses in a row for City?
Oh my God, we've let the ball bounce. We are playing horribly at times here.
Oh!
Cresswell's nearly
Cresswell.
scored an
Aaron
absolutely
Cresswell
unbelievable
volleyed
goal.
one over the
In the end, it
bar.
went quite wide.
It's just so scrappy. Are all games like
See,
this at your club? Because
usually
this
we'd
is
win-
horrible.
win
Absolutely.
that header.
Great strike from
Close to it,
Cresswell.
looked as well.
He's ex-Ipswich, isn't he?
Yeah, he was championship. I think he was Championship Player of the Year before we signed him. He's
At
certainly on the team of the
last,
year.
sorry, but Hugo Lloris has played a short pass out from a goal kick at last. Fantastic. Let's see if we can build up. No, we lost the ball already. Fantastic.
Lloris.
He was right all along.
It's bounced back for another goal kick, but at least they're splitting again. That's what I like to see. Andy Carroll.
That's not something we want, is it? With their long ball players, it's
Just
not
to
something I want
just to
see.
show exactly what that West
just
Ham
annoying,
way
yeah.
is. Andy Carroll is coming on. Previously a £35 million striker.
Worth every penny.
Imagine if you were a foreign footballer and you looked at that player and thought to yourself, £35 million. You'd just be like, what on earth?
Saying that, though, he's exactly the kind of player that will score from a long punt upfield against us.
No, he may still score, but I think it's fair to say
I think
whether he
scored 3
scores or
goals this year,
not.
all from substitute appearances.
Whether he scores or not, £35 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of money,
is
isn't it?
a good reaction for who's going off there?
Emanike.
Emanike. He's given us trouble all day. I'll tell you what, Andy Carroll won't press us like Emanike did, so that could be good news. But
First touch is...
20 minutes, 18 minutes to go, plus added on time. If I was a betting man, it would be hard to bet against West Ham here. But
Come on, Spurs!
Another...
I am going to give you some news that may render this void.
Don't say 4-0 Liverpool. I want a result. I want an Arsenal goal. A goal for Swansea against Arsenal.
Swansea are 2-1 up against
on!
Arsenal. Yes! Ashley Williams with the
I
goal.
always rated
He's
Ashley
a
Williams.
natural
so
born
underrated.
goal scorer.
Ashley Williams, I love that man. Don't do anything stupid and give away a penalty or
Stop
something like that.
scoring.
I'll
Come
tell
on,
you
Ashley
this,
Williams.
guys. I'll tell you this.
How long's left in the Arsenal game?
The same as this. The same as this. So I will tell you this. If Arsenal lose and City lose, that basically it renders this void.
This
But
is
if we could get a
massive.
point, good cross come in. Oh,
But the problem is, Barnaby, is
Cresswell's playing well.
opportunity
if
lost,
Arsenal are dropping
opportunity
points and
missed.
City, it's an opportunity missed. We need to get a point out of this. At
Yes,
least.
we do.
This is opportunity
But
missed.
Spurs are. I'm superstitiously. I feel like I've been sat in the wrong position for this. So I'm going to move forward.
Everyone
and hope-
forward, everyone
I actually
forward.
did
Have you not got your lucky pants on? I told you to wear them this
on
morning,
Saturday
mate.
against Swansea.
Texting this morning, not in a weird.
On Saturday against Swansea, at half-time, I moved my phone charger to my right pocket because I thought that might actually change
Come
our
on,
luck.
Tottenham.
And
If
it
I was
did
at
work.
Tottenham now, I would be on a megaphone. You can't bring megaphones into the ground. I'd be letting the players know that Arsenal are losing to Swansea.
Yeah.
Get behind them. Come on, this is massive.
And more importantly,
We're losing to
when,
West Ham.
when you've ever held and used a megaphone, have you shouted into it? Has
No,
it?
into a megaphone
That's
because
true.
it picks up your voice. Actually, if you shout into a megaphone, it does the opposite. You can't hear it. The best thing to do is talk quietly into the megaphone or press the little button up and down, and then it gets the noise out.
Can you tell that we're
Anyway.
excited by the fact that Swansea have scored at Arsenal?
But what about the Stoke Newcastle score, guys?
Not that.
Dave, has anything happened in the Stoke Newcastle game since it started?
Playing football there. It's just 77 minutes of nothing, mate.
Ben Davies hasn't had his best game. He's just lost the ball again, trying to pass it down into the channel. But we are being a lot more proactive in this half, I have to say. But you'd hope so because there's only 15 minutes left. What has Hugo done there? He's just got a ball out to his fullback.
See, in a weird kind of way, Arsenal get a point and we lose, and they've actually gained a point on us. This is how crazy, this is how important this game is.
Yeah, I know, but their game is home to Swansea and our game is away at West Ham.
I know, but then we're playing them. Do you see what I mean? It's
Yeah, okay, but listen.
I
most
didn't realise Kane has got his number
on his
mask.
mask.
Did you
Yeah,
know that?
number 10.
Wow.
Anyway, still 1-0, 74 minutes gone at the Berlin ground in their cup final. And, you know, they're doing well in their cup final. But let's hope that, just like the last time they were in a cup final, someone pops up with a 30-yard screamer like Steven Gerrard did.
What, the playoff final, that reputable cup that we won?
I said a cup final. I think it's fair to say the cup finals are the League Cup final and the FA Cup final in domestic competition. You obviously really do rate Reece Oxford because he's on the free kick as well there. Okay, let's get the ball down.
Oh, God, I just can't.
Jeez, we've given the ball away again.
We need to score a goal.
Well done. Okay, go on, Christian. Go down if you have to go down.
Leicester must be loving this tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Leicester City fans, if you're watching,
Yeah, it's a point game for you.
how much are you loving this?
Leicester City fans, if you're watching, subscribe. But why are you here?
Yeah, really valid point.
Do subscribe.
But subscribe anyway.
Yeah, obviously. We'll do a
Oh,
match
Leicester
preview
going to
for
win the
Leicester
league.
game.
This is absolutely. This
Give
is what
it
a
easy,
crazy
Toby.
season.
Toby's about to hit a free kick long. Good.
Where's Morgan lifting the trophy?
I mean, that actually might happen. You laugh.
Yeah,
that
I
actually
know.
might happen.
Can you imagine?
Well, also, that's a great pass.
You know, everyone says they
Dennis
dropped points
touches
last
that.
night. It could be a point. It
Point
could be a
gain.
point gain. The way things are going tonight for them.
Get it down. It's so scrappy and narrow. Well done, Eric Dye. He's just got the ball down to Mason's feet. Oh my God, we're giving the ball away.
But you know, if they're doing it, they can't argue with them, mate. They've played good football.
It is an awkward angle. But Dele Alli's trying to get on the ball. He's trying to make things happen. Heung-min Son's touch hasn't quite made it yet. He's bringing Tommy Carroll on for Kevin Wimmer.
Wow.
This is an
defenders.
incredibly aggressive move from Mauricio Pochettino. He's bringing Tom Carroll on, which is good because he's a player who wants to get on the ball all the time and you know, holds the football.
That is a strange sub, though. Did you see that coming? I didn't see that coming.
No, certainly not. I can't quite work out. He's going to
Carroll
drop
v
Eric.
Carroll.
He's dropping Eric Dyer into centre back. Tommy
He'll
Carroll
play
to go.
Carroll
just
and
in front.
Mason. Yeah.
Good decision, Poch. Well done. Good
Son,
decision.
Ali, and
He got an assist against West Ham for the
Bale's
goal.
goal, didn't he? Yeah.
Hitting fire assists as far back as 2009 or whatever it was, 2013 or whatever it was. Okay, get the ball down.
Come on, Swansea.
The
Come on,
touch from
Tottenham.
all of them. I mean, maybe it's just the wetness in the pitch.
Oh, Dele, come on, you're better than that.
Yeah.
Speaking of touch, there goes Andy Carroll falling over his own feet, treading on the ball.
God, this is such.
Have you won a free kick again?
This has been, you know, they talk about the Premier League being the most entertaining league in the world, but this has been one of the least entertaining games of football.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Real British fan tuning
pretty
into
good
this, you'll
for
go, you know, it's not.
You can't say you've been entertained. I mean, you are obviously entertained.
Ballet, West
The weird
Ham.
thing about this is that it sounds
Viva.
like a stupid comment to make, Barney, but if we hadn't have conceded that corner and it's 0-0 West Ham squeaky bum time, you'd sort of fancy us to score on the counter-attack and win the game.
Yeah.
But it's such a sloppy goal to concede.
Is that Cresswell again? He's had a really good game.
Cresswell's played, but Noble's done well as well.
Excellent
Very
game.
attacking.
He might fancy a little move in the summer. Well done.
Probably to Spurs.
Yeah, and I believe you don't sell to us anymore officially.
Well, I thought that was a West Ham.
Since when? We haven't had a good player.
No,
good
the
enough
Gold
for
said
the last few years.
it was, or maybe it was the guy before the Gold said we'd never sell to Spurs.
It was the Bellamy thing, wasn't it? It was the Bellamy Parker thing, and then
David Gold.
you were meant to get both, and then somehow they ended up at
somewhere else.
Yeah.
78 minutes gone. It's now a game of head tennis. A good little win from Heung-min Son there.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Proper head tennis that.
We got a request a few minutes ago to find out what was happening in the big Stoke-Newcastle game, and we have some news. Stoke have scored, and it's Shaqiri with the goal.
Shaqiri!
His hips do not lie.
Dance like that. And when I sing in dance like that, whenever.
Oh no, Hugo's got the ball. He's just kicked it.
A cold Wednesday night at Stoke.
In Stoke.
So
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Stoke.
Am I right? I think Newcastle were in the relegation zone even before that game.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Dele.
I
Well,
think they're 19.
look, I'm not going to say anything bad about Dele Alli, but he's just tried to play a paradise ball that was never on in the whatever.
Come on, you Spurs, all of us, come on.
Jeez, and Tom Carroll has just kicked it off the pitch. There's something about the conditions or something that's going wrong for Spurs tonight, because their passing has been unlike I've seen from a Spurs team since the days of Kazuyoshi Toda, who only ever played one game away to
Don't
Leicester.
you dish Kazuyoshi Toda, mate. Massively underrated.
He was certainly, he never really played, and all I know is that the day we signed him, we suddenly had a Japanese flag on our website. So, was it a commercial deal? No, I think it's fair to say it was. Well done, Eric.
That's right, that's right.
This has got really ugly. We had a good period for
This
a while,
is
didn't we?
a minging game of football.
See what I mean, Dele?
Dele Alli. Win it.
Well in, Riza Mazza.
Do you know what? Ryan
And that's
Mason,
a foul.
that's a free kick, ref. Come on.
I wouldn't do this on the pitch, but get him booked for that, Obiang. Get him in the book. Absolutely shocking.
Referee, come on.
Dearie me, yeah, show him the cheese. Okay, so still 10 minutes to go in all the important games, basically, apart from the City one. But they've lost, basically, 3-0 down. If we could
City
get
3-0 down. Wow.
if we could get a goal now, I just dread to think what I would do, to be quite frank.
Come on, Tottenham, please.
Well done, Dele. That's a foul. Ref! What the? Oh my God! This is unbelievable.
Referee, have a word with yourself and you go home.
And tell yourself what a good job you've done.
Mate, this is a Spurs channel. Shut up. Seriously.
but
I need to
everyone
see
loves
that
fair
again.
play.
I've been wrong before tonight, but that looked like a stonewall foul outside the box, which would have been in Ericsson territory. Which it could have been something just something just like that that would get us back in this game. Oh my God! And they're not showing the replay, obviously, because it was such a foul. Okay, so we're going to go and speak to Jack Bride, and he's going to tell us what's happening in the world of social media. Go on, Jack. Doesn't want to.
So I don't know what's up with Lloris tonight, but he's kicking his bit off. A guy called Lamelas Rabona, lovely name. His grammar isn't brilliant, but he seems to be seeing what I'm seeing as well. Lloris, what is your kicking?
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with him. It just seems everything he's touching just seems to be.
I mean, we're not getting any commentary, but maybe the conditions. I mean, we can't really tell, but maybe the conditions are worse than we think.
It's reminded me of West Ham's game at the weekend. The passing at that game was terrible as well.
Tottenham, please, this is our season here. This is our season. Come on.
Well done, Sonny.
Next up, Glenn Hussey says game of two halves? ?
Well, no,
What can you see?
Not at the moment. What we need is a last 10 minutes of one half in our.
Now, there's a bit of discussion for you guys. Corey, #I am in vision, says, for what's available, Mark Noble should really be getting an England cap.
His grammar as well is pretty atrocious there.
Well, that's available, I agree.
That's a spelling more, but I think that's just the internet. That's fine. So no, I don't think so. Is the answer to that. So there you go. Rob, I'm sure you feel differently.
Oh, no, I don't at all.
They're going to get that corner out of this. Well done. Do you know what? Ryan Mason has worked his socks off tonight.
Yes, and
Bit of fight like that. Come on.
Come on, Dele, take
Drive.
it. Oh, he's trying to nutmeg
Dele,
him.
what are you
Not
doing?
when you're losing, mate. Not when you're losing. Not when you're losing. Hugo.
I actually can't believe we're going to lose this. Oh, game. There's 8 minutes to go, and it's 1-0 to West Ham.
Tom Carroll getting back
We're
on
going
the
to lose
ball.
this game. I cannot believe it. Come on, Spurs. Prove me wrong.
West Ham have set up so well though to basically minimise what we're best at, which is playing through the lines. We've really struggled to get it through the lines.
We have massively
from back
struggled.
to
We haven't
front.
created anything. We had 2 half chances the whole game. The worrying thing about this game for me is that when we were 1-0 down against Swansea, we had so many chances. You always felt like a goal was coming. We've had 2 shots on goal here.
I think
I
we
just
had
can't.
4, but yeah,
I can't see. You know what I mean?
saying.
We were half chances, mate.
That's
we
better.
haven't had a one-on-one.
That's
all game.
better. You're touching.
Oh, Reece Oxford was
Harry's not on it. Harry's not on it
Very
at all.
good.
That's a foul. He's done well there. Is that Lanzini? He's done well there. Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen him.
The problem is,
20
as well, they'll
minutes.
catch on the counter attack as well.
Yeah,
We're
they will.
pushing so many men forward now.
Just
With that long ball they love, they've got Carroll up top.
Diafra Sacco hasn't played
Saka's
in
coming
months.
Bilic.
Who's he going to come on for? He's going 2 strikers.
It really reminds me of when Bilic was Croatia manager and he just got the best of England all the time as well. And they went to Euro 2008 and England didn't. Lanzini's come off. I think he's been quiet.
Lanzini's he's been injured for. I think he's been injured.
He's
for
tidy, isn't he?
2 weeks.
He's
Yeah,
nice
good
and tidy,
player. Good player.
You know,
Something from Al Jazeera or something.
sometimes I'd say, but sometimes just the stars don't align for you in games like this. Do you know what I mean? And it's
But
you
Arsenal,
can't say they
Arsenal
haven't.
still losing.
You can't. Are they still using Dave the Woolwich?
No, I can't say they haven't deserved it. West Ham are in the better team, but this is so frustrating that West Ham and Man City, Arsenal and Man City are both losing and we're losing as
Go
well.
on, Harry. Be strong.
So frustrating this.
Put him in. Put him in.
Go on.
He hasn't got the pace for this.
No, he's got it.
He hasn't got the pace for this. Chris.
Come on.
Out
of
Corner to Spurs. It was a little break, a little lucky bit of luck for Harry Kane out wide, and he slipped Christian
This is
Eriksen
a
through.
massive
But there was a
corner.
man coming across to cover, and Eriksen. You needed someone with a bit more pace there, but it's a corner. Come on, let's get them on the corner. Tell you what. Anyway, okay, be strong. Come on, Toby Alderweireld, get across the front. Something. Come on.
This needs to be a good corner.
Is it the first
Oh,
man?
it's not even beating the first man. Come on, Sven.
Sven.
Christian Eriksen.
Sven Eriksen.
Not
Sven
Sven.
Goran Eriksen.
Make the change. Bring Theo.
It's too tight. Whip it in there, lads.
Just giving it straight back to you.
I'm all.
Hit him square in the
I'd
chest.
love a penalty now.
Vim, oh God, so ugly. Ooh, big Andy Carroll in
Carroll,
the defensive midfield
you're
position.
always there. Why are you never in the
He's
box?
actually done incredibly
Yeah,
well there.
that was. I take everything back. That was like
You on his back and that,
Maradona.
Mate,
Like
you
Eusebio.
Well done. Cresswell breaks down the left.
That's a hair.
It doesn't even feel like there are going to be many chances for us. That's the thing.
Hope not.
Oh God.
Suddenly it's 85th minute. We still haven't created a chance.
Well, yeah, nothing clear cut. Certainly, nothing for.
It's gone quiet again the last
Nothing.
10.
Mate,
I'm devastated about this.
Look, and you've started time wasting as well. Look at this.
We started time wasted in the 9th minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
I'll get on with it, Cresswell.
Yeah, we'll do.
Picking out the right
It's all going a bit flat in this studio at the moment. Although, in fairness, 5 goals have been scored from the 80th minute onwards in the last 3 games between West Ham and Spurs, and I pulled that out of my own head. So,
What I loved about that is it didn't sound in any way, shape or form like you were reading it from a laptop off camera.
I certainly wasn't reading it from a laptop off
I
camera.
especially like how your eyes weren't moving when you said it.
So West Ham have somehow won another corner. I didn't really see how that happened because I was too busy reading it off the laptop. But this would just, I have to say, this would just...
We've got Carroll on the pitch now.
Don't do this
Come
to
on,
me.
Carroll. Oh, rubbish. What a load of...
Well, they didn't need the first man either, but...
Come on, Tottenham! This is our season. How much do you want it?
Yeah.
Come on, Spurs.
I have to say,
This
think
is a
West Ham have
massive,
set up
massive
really well
game.
here.
Yeah.
Massive game.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that is kicking the ball away. That is kicking the ball away. What is kicking the ball away if it's not that?
No, that is
Absolute
kicking the
joke.
ball away, yeah.
Professional footballers get away with things like that because it's just like, oh, that's what we do as professional footballers. But sometimes it's an absolute disgrace. Referees are too pussy-footed around to deal with it. Too pussy-footy around. That's what I'd say.
Tottenham, please,
Just
can you
find
score
a
goal,
chance.
please? I just want one goal, and then if there's time, another one. Please, can you just...
one goal would be
Please.
absolutely immense. Absolutely.
Don't do this to me.
immense.
Man City are losing. Arsenal are losing.
They've shown a picture of Pochettino on the sideline. He looks like he is going to murder someone.
This is a huge game for us, and we've got Arsenal on the weekend. Do not... Oh, God.
Let me just say, I for one feel sorry for Mrs.
right.
Pochettino tonight. When he gets home, there is going to be trouble brewing. That is for sure.
Suddenly, it's the 88th minute all of a sudden.
I know,
It was the
mate.
80th minute.
It's because they've spent the
About
whole...
a minute,
2 minutes
well, obviously
after the
8 minutes ago, but it feels like a
What's
minute
going on
ago.
with the world?
They've made it incredibly narrow. They've won every second ball. It feels a bit like what it must be like to play Spurs for the rest of this season. They've suffocated
I
us a
cannot
bit.
believe this.
They have suffocated us a bit. Fair play to you lot, Rob. You
Fox
know...
is looking at his watch. He can't believe. I cannot believe how
thank
few
you.
chances we've had in the second half.
But it's all so narrow and bitty. Like, we haven't had any chance to get the ball down even. It's just been like head tennis.
Who would have said
scrappy.
yesterday, by the way, when Leicester dropped points at home to West Brom and they drew that game?
Chance for
Go on,
Payet.
Payet. He's gonna
Chance for Payet.
absolutely waste it.
That's a point gained. If the results stay as they are, and Spurs,
for Leicester?
Arsenal and Man City will lose, Leicester have got a point gained from that result. Who'd have thought that last night? Incredible.
Okay, Hugo's thrown it out to
Come
Kieran
on, you
Trippier.
Spurs!
But look at that, not that many options. Tommy Carroll's given
No
an
options.
option.
Look how quick they are.
And he's lost it
You'd
already.
think they'd knacker or tire out a little bit, West Ham. They're closing
They've
down
been
everything.
absolutely monumental in terms of just closing down every ball. Every single ball.
Well, they're playing for the right to get knocked out by a Romanian team in the early stage of the Europa League again.
Well, what are you behind Champions League if you win this though?
Yeah.
8
And
points.
1 point tonight.
Are you actually
City of it? Yeah.
Oh, well done, Christian. Oh, it's a
Oh,
corner.
really
Come
well
on,
done.
you
Well done.
Spurs!
Well done.
Come on! That showed maturity from Reece Oxford there, because he could have tried to do something silly.
I wish he had done
just
something
lumped
silly.
it
He
out.
wasn't mature.
He's done well there, but
This
this
is
would
the only way
be...
we're going to score.
Let me tell you right now,
Mistake
straight down the
or
barrel,
corner.
this would be a moment in time if Spurs can get something from this.
If we
a
get something, this is a
genuine moment in
defining
time.
season moment, and I wish we would score.
If we get something from this, I will see you in the Roxy circa 1 a.m. Don't you worry about that. Don't you? And I haven't been there since yesterday.
This is
So
absolutely huge.
right, come on, corners
Please,
coming in.
Tottenham.
Christian Eriksen on it. Beat the first man. Oh my God! It came across the box. And Adrian just punched it away from the head of Kane, and he's trying to take him on there. Big error. That's a foul.
Free kick!
Referee!
What are you watching?
What are you doing? And now West Ham is still on goal because of you.
What are you doing?
Unbelievable.
Go on. Oh, no.
Referee,
You've done
come on.
yourself. You muppet.
How's that not a free kick?
He hasn't given us one thing. This is it. I'm going to his house. This is absolutely ridiculous. What is that pass? What are you doing?
Come on!
Oh, Noble.
How much do you want it to
Muppet.
be? Come on.
How did we not swear then as well?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I wanted
Oh my
to.
God.
come on.
Oh, I
Women.
would've
On.
so much.
I can't believe we're going to lose this game of football. I cannot believe we're dropping points here.
It's the 89th and 90th minute.
What are the
basically.
scores? What are the scores?
Yeah, Dave, what's happening in the
Dave,
other
what are the
game?
other scores, mate?
Well, jumping in. Swansea are still beating Arsenal 2-1. Stoke are winning 1-0.
Swans.
And Liverpool are still 3-0 up. United 0, Watford 0.
How long left in the Arsenal game, mate?
Well, it's we're into added time. I think it's an additional 3
Good
to 4 minutes. So
Oh,
looking at
Lino! I'm sorry, David, that is out of order. Lino didn't give anything. Suddenly, the West Ham player stands on it.
angry because you're a lino! Ah!
Good level-headedness, line.
Oh, who invited you?
I'll tell you who won't be being invited ever again.
Yeah,
and that
great
is an
idea. This is why a
opposition
West Ham fan. We lose to West Ham. Brilliant idea, that.
I don't even know who he is. I don't like him. I don't know.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm just a humble greengrocer.
And now they're playing into the corner. How is that not a push? After everything you've given the whole game, he's just pushed Ben Davies out of the way.
This is horrible. I know Arsenal are going to equalise, aren't they?
This has been the most horrible
Man
game
City will
of
score
football.
4. Oh, please don't do this to me. I just cannot believe.
Should say it's
I
4
can't-
minutes of added time, of which one has already gone because West Ham are just holding it in the corner.
Don't use a corner.
It's so ugly.
This is
Can
so,
I just say, Ryan
so
Mason again
professional.
wins it. Well done, Ryan.
Didn't win anything. It's gone off for a throw. Everything is against us tonight. Everything is against us.
So professional. What a performance.
Ref, that is a free kick. Thank you.
Well
Wave
done.
that
The first
flag.
free kick we've won in the whole second half.
Please, Swansea, hold on. What for drawing to United? That's not a bad result. I just can't believe
Yeah,
we're
I
losing
guess it
to
means
West Ham.
for the Champions League. Yeah. Come on, second
Man
ball.
City.
Look at that. Every second ball we've lost all game.
Oh,
Win it.
He'll give a free kick to
Silly
them any
Cruyff
minute.
turn.
Watch. He'll give a free kick to you any minute.
Didn't need to. We gave the ball away again.
Of course.
Why are we giving the ball away so easily tonight?
Because they've made it so narrow. It's been impossible.
This is so frustrating. There's about
impossible
a
for us
minute
to-
left. This is so frustrating. I cannot believe we're going to lose. This
2
game.
minutes left. Slaven Bilic going
Slaven's
absolutely
crazy.
mad.
He's raving. He's
Slaven is
actually
raving,
on the
yeah. He's
touchline.
doing big fish, little fish.
Cardboard
Mental
box.
bloke.
Oh, West Ham are going to do us. I cannot believe this.
I can.
absolutely
It
cannot
had it
believe
all written all over it. It's horrible. An absolute.
I couldn't see us winning tonight. I didn't think we'd lose.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. I thought it had 1 all written all over it.
Should have debuted the watch-alongs against Sunderland, really.
How long's left? What?
2 minutes left. Go on, Harry. Oh, God. All their touch has been horrible.
I've got to say, they
Right,
have
West Ham have
marked
kicked out.
Harry
We've got
Kane
a
out
throw
of the
in, level with the 18-yard box. Let's
They
try
have
and.
marked Harry Kane out of the game.
Let's win a free kick or something. Give Eriksen a chance.
I'd love to see just a long throw, long ball in. Just whip it in.
Get it in
whip
the box.
it in.
Get it in the
No one
box.
is
He's a
gonna
good crosser, the
whip
ball,
it in.
Eric Dyer.
Oh,
Go on.
He's put
lovely
too much
ball,
on it.
taken
Straight into.
in.
All you have to do there is not hit it into the arms of the keeper. That's the only thing you have to do. 1 minute left. I'm sorry to lose my rag, but I don't know what's happened. They're
Get on with it,
tired or what's
Adrian,
happened,
come
but
on.
this has been a horror show. I'll tell you what, if we turn up like this against Dortmund next week or against Arsenal on Saturday, we could get absolutely done.
Only full times. What's the Arsenal score?
Still 2-1 in the Arsenal.
How long's left in that game?
You
Why are they
shouldn't
still
obsess over
playing?
them.
Go on. Go on.
It's the what? It's in the 6th minute of added time.
Oh,
Blow the whistle, ref.
that is a
Swansea
delightful
Arsenal.
foul.
What are you doing?
Team foul.
Oh, stop. Who are you? Go away.
A winner.
Oh, here he goes. He's watching it on the...
Come on, Harry. Ref's not given anything all day.
Oh,
I think he's
Look at
on
that.
Ref, come on.
man of the match from either.
Full time at the Arsenal. They've lost 2-1 at home to Swansea. At least we can go on Twitter tonight and watch those lot absolutely implode and explode. They're going to go absolutely nuts. We turned Swansea over 2-1 at home at the weekend, and they've just lost at home to them. Who have Arsenal got next in the league? Squawker Dave, that's all I want to know. If you could find out for me in the next 10 or 15 seconds.
1 second.
Is that over? That's done.
It's over, and this has gone to the 94th minute. We've lost, boys. Let's try and stay positive. It's been an unbelievable season. Keep supporting the boys. West Ham have got a good result there. It's today. It's their cup final.
Go on, you rip-roaring, free-scoring, always boring Irons.
It was their cup final. Slaven Bilic is going wild. The last game at the Berlin ground. The fans are going wild as well.
When's the parade?
Yeah.
Get the open-top bus.
I'm gutted, Barnaby. I'm absolutely gutted.
The DVD will be out
In a
the
weird
morning.
kind of way,
Smithy,
in a weird kind of way, Arsenal losing, as great as it is, makes it even more frustrating that we would have gone top and opened a massive gap with them.
Yeah. Smithy, could you give me some kind of, quick, unemotional or emotional assessment of that performance, please?
I think that was the worst performance we have had in this season, this year.
Yeah.
I think that's been our worst performance.
Do you know what?
Saying that, mate, it's our worst performance, and we've lost narrowly 1-0 to a good West Ham
Yeah,
team.
and all we've
That's
done,
how good we are.
And all we've done is lost 1 point to Leicester this week.
I mean, who can I just say? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Leicester, everyone was laughing at Leicester. They drew 1-2 2-2 at home to West Brom.
Point game.
Arsenal, Spurs, and Man City have all lost. Leicester are the winners again.
Yeah, they
Who'd have
are.
thought that?
But
Leicester
still,
have gained a point.
we beat Arsenal on Saturday morning. We go top of the league. But top of the league at this point isn't important. But I'll tell you what, and this is
But
really.
how crazy is that? Leicester.
I don't care about Leicester, Smithy. I don't care about them.
Neither do I.
I care about Spurs.
Everyone's talking about them. I want them to talk about Spurs.
All I'm saying
Push
is,
is looking pretty
It's
good.
hot in this basement.
I'm going to say one thing. We're not in a dungeon, in case that's what you got from that.
What a stupid goal to concede.
What I'm going to say is this, and it sounds weird to say it, but I'm just looking forward to Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, knowing that it won't be a horrible game that West Ham pull us into like that. It was so ugly to watch. It was horrible, and at least we know against Arsenal, it'll be a game of good football. God,
That's why I was surprised when Swansea beat Arsenal, because I think teams like Swansea, you can actually suit Spurs, Arsenal, good team strengths, because you can create chances against them. Whereas West Ham just completely shut up shop.
Yeah, shut up shop with
Completely shut up shop.
15 shots to your 9.
Rob,
less fouls.
Rob, how do you feel about
less yellow
Rob,
cards.
Just quickly, mate. Seriously, just quickly. How far? Where do you think you'll end the season? Just quickly, very quickly.
6th, I reckon.
6th. Okay, let's flow over to Squawker Dave. He'll give us a full video
Squawker,
printer.
good news, mate.
Video
Come on.
printer rundown of the final results of the 7:45 games.
So we have Arsenal 1, Swansea City 2.
Excellent.
Stoke City 1, Newcastle 0. And I'll leave the other game, lads. I don't feel like I'm going to say it for you because I might get punched
we know that
or
one.
a bottle or something. But anyway,
Man
over
United.
to Bryden.
It's you, because I thought we were going to have a look at yours.
What's the Man United score?
Still 0-0. The game is absolutely
And
atrocious.
that's got 15 minutes left.
It's got 5 minutes left now. Similar with the Liverpool Man City game. Still 3-0 to Liverpool.
So actually, we've got lucky with the other results, really.
Looking at the
Man
positives.
City,
Very lucky.
Arsenal
Get in there, lads!
Yeah, looking at the positives, it's only our 4th defeat of the season. If you'd come to us in August and said by the beginning of March you've only lost 4 games, come on, we'd be absolutely delighted. The other thing to remember, every time we've lost this season, we have bounced back unbelievable. 6 in a row last time against Leicester, 3 in a row before that.
We still go top if we beat Arsenal.
What a goal!
Good goal, that.
Oh, Man United scored.
Man United just scored.
Man United
One
scores.
matter.
One matter. Greatest midfielder in the Premier League. Top free kick.
That's not ideal, but okay. Anyway, we've got a guest on Skype we're going to talk to. He's one of our other presenters, does our Youth Watch strand. It is Craig Vi. Craig, how are you? Can you hear me? Oh, turn him up. Someone turn him up.
Greatest midfielder in the Premier League. Top free kick.
Craig, how are you, mate? How do you feel about that result?
It was an absolute kick in the nuts, wasn't it? Let's be honest. Felt good before the game, felt positive, and it's just a bit of a shocker.
Yeah, absolute shocker. But, with Woolwich losing and with Man City losing, it could have been a lot worse, couldn't it?
from the other results, we couldn't have asked for more, could we? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And you know, I was just listening to you a minute ago saying the same thing. We've got to take positives from that. Like you said, only the 4th defeat of the season. I mean, come on, that's massive. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's just this. You know, the one team I didn't want to play at this point in the season was probably West Ham away.
Yeah.
Because you knew, and like, you know, the last time playing us at Upton Park, we just knew they were going to be up for it, and they were all over it. They were all over us. We looked nervy.
Yeah.
We just didn't get our rhythm going at all, did we? But,
No rhythm, yeah.
We didn't create anything. I just cannot believe how little we created. Do you know what I mean? Like with the Swansea game when we were 1-0 down, we had so many shots you felt it was coming. If it wasn't, you'd go home saying, you know, we gave a fair stab at that. But we created so little tonight.
Yeah. It didn't look like the same Spurs, did it?
No, very good point.
And look, Craig, I just want to say, I actually think, to some degree, sometimes you've got to give a bit of props to the opposition, and I think Slaven Bilic packed the midfield, made it narrow. They were more up for it than us, let's face it.
Yeah.
They won every second ball, and sometimes you just got to say, they deserved to win because they made more chances. We never looked, it just looked like we were going to get in behind them, not once.
No, we weren't at the races today at all, were we? We weren't at it at all. Like, particularly in the first half, the first few minutes, it looked like they were Spurs with West Ham.
Yeah.
They were chasing everything down, they were hungrier. You know, I don't want to bring out the old cliches about, we're getting tired and all the rest of it. And it's just one result, and that's we've just got to look at it like this. And you're right, you know, they were just better on the night. They wanted it. He made them really compact, really hard to break down, and really good on the break. And let's be honest, you know, they threw their best at us, and we only lost the game 1-0.
Yeah, this is a very good point.
It was a silly set piece, and it was a sucker punch, really. You knew that if they were going to go a goal ahead, it was always going to be difficult to get back in there, and it proved true.
And as you say, results. In a way, it's not a dreadful night. I mean, who'd have thought Arsenal and Man City losing?
They lost 2 in a row now, Arsenal.
No, I know.
Crazy.
It's brilliant.
How mad is it though? Like, I made the point that last night everyone was saying, Leicester have dropped points.
Joe Moore's calling, everyone. Joe Moore is calling.
And in the end, Leicester are the winners. They've gained a point because all of us three. It's mad, isn't it? What a crazy season.
It's mental. It's mental. Do you know what? I would be really, really pissed.
How mad is it
we
though?
end
I made the
up
point that
coming second to Leicester, like one season when we were in contention to winning the title, to like last season's relegation, no hope. They would pip us in the post.
Yeah.
For the one time in my lifetime that I could see Spurs win the title. It turns out to be Leicester. I mean, anyone but Arsenal, let's be honest. So I'd much rather go to Leicester.
All right, Craig. Well, look, thanks so much for Skyping in. We're going to see you for the pre-match live show against Woolwich on Saturday morning at the ground. Looking forward to that, mate. And well done. Your sofa looks nice. Your furnishings look nice. And congratulations on that outfit from Top Man. Congratulations.
Top Man Medium.
Craig, Vi, that was good to see you. So let's throw over to Jack Bryden, who is not yet suicidal quite in the social area with some... Oh no, we've got some comments, I think. Sorry, we've got some YouTube comments on the screen. Am I correct? Let's see. Yes, we do. Diamond Rain says, will we get past the last 16 of the UEFA Champions League? Well, I think it's unlikely because we're not in it. I'm assuming he means the Europa League. Smithy, will we get past Dortmund?
I'm just waiting for the next question. Will Spurs win the Bundesliga this year? Because again, I don't think we will. Will we get past Dortmund? I don't know. I think we will actually, yeah.
I think it's all about how we do in that first leg. If we can get an away goal without Dele Alli, he'll be suspended. It might be worth him having a little rest, to be honest. And bringing them back to the lane still in the game, then it can absolutely happen. Let's see who's next. Sven Bengtsson, he says, if, in capitals, we win the league, can Smithy change his hair just as before?
Sven Bengtsson, you can quote me on this. If we win the league, I will have whatever haircut you suggest. I'll go for it. Honestly, you can quote me on that. I can't believe I said that. If we win the league, I'll have any haircut under the sun. You can name it in the comment section below. I will do it.
And funnily enough, Sven and all of you, I already agreed about 2 months ago that I would shave my head. If we win the league, I will shave my head. And what we're going to hope to do is if we win the league at Newcastle last day of the season, the true Geordie will shave my head after that game. That's the plan.
Can I just say, when I said any haircut, I mean any haircut except that haircut. I draw the line at that.
Mate, you have to not be heavily receding to pull this one off. So congratulations. I'm saying congratulations not for some reason. Fireborn FTW dash Top Tai Chi Panda PvP pithy YouTube account there. Other than our attack, where would you like to see us have more strength in depth? Well, I think we're pretty strong actually. I think our squad is pretty deep compared to the other ones. When we played Man City away and their bench came up, I was like, Jesus, we have got a strong squad. I mean, we've been quite lucky with injuries so far. But Smithy, is there any other area you'd like to see strength?
Obviously a striker. That is the obvious answer. I think we've got fullbacks, great fullbacks, defence. Maybe another DM.
Another DMC to cover for Eric Dyer. Victor
Also,
Wanyama.
I say that because Eric Dyer, yes, I love it. I'm a massive fan of Eric Dyer. Don't forget, he does use him defensively sometimes, defence in centre back, and also Dele Alli uses him further forward.
Yeah.
So with that said, I would like maybe another cover.
Yeah, and you like Victor Wanyama a lot. He's aggressive, isn't he? That's for sure.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Schneiderlin as well when we were linked with him, but obviously United came in for that.
He doesn't get used enough.
No, and actually he had a better season with Southampton than he has when he's at United, ironically. But
okay, so next up, Harrison Burns. Who is more important to our success this season, Dele Alli or Harry Kane? Equal, as far as I'm concerned, Smithy.
Well, I mean, I suppose if you look at the contribution goals and points-wise, you'd probably say Harry Kane, but yeah, it's a hard question because they're both playing completely different positions. So I'd agree with you. They are equally important.
Equally important, and
as are Alderweireld, as is Lloris.
I feel like Kane is the one that people fear. I think like you saw today, Kane was the one we had 4 people marking every.
Well, to me, you had 4 people marking everyone all over the pitch.
And you weren't marking Dele Alli because he was on the bench.
No, but
that would have been a mistake.
I would have loved it if
we had our subs marking.
Okay, we've got one more comment.
Giving it.
We've got one more comment. Oh, it's a good one. Jack Lee 1243. Spurred on. What's your score prediction on Spurs versus Arsenal?
Can I just say I've never given a score prediction for Spurs Arsenal because I hate the fixture so much and I hate being proved wrong and they're impossible to predict. So I'm sorry to sit on the fence. I've got splinters, but I haven't got a clue how that's going to pan out. I don't want to give a prediction.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks a lot. What I will say is, obviously, we did the score predictions before the game, but then I got so angry during the game that I threw them over there. I didn't get any right, as far as I can tell. Certainly not Liverpool, Man City. But what I can tell you is, just through memory and knowledge, I was the closest. So that was great. Guys, I'd like to say thank you to all our guests today. Rob, the token West Ham fan, who I now despise. Smithy, thank you very much. Don't forget to go to the Soccer AM YouTube channel to watch.
Check out Soccer AM. We've got loads of great content coming up.
And to get there, they just search it in the
Soccer AM YouTube channel. Bosh, subscribe.
Fantastic. I'd like to say thank you over on the social desk to Squawker Dave and Jack Bryden. Final scores from the other game: 3-0 and 1-0.
Still 3-0 and still 1-0 with not much time left to play.
Fantastic. Looking like the only result that's kind of gone against us in terms of Champions League tonight is Manchester United. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. If you dipped in and out, if you stayed for the duration, amazing. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that we couldn't help you with a great result for Spurs, but we'll be back with more of these, I'm sure. We'll be at the Spurs Woolwich game on Saturday with fan cams and match reviews, etc., etc. Please do subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Go to the subscribe button underneath in the description box underneath. And most importantly, guys, just keep believing. It's been an amazing season. It continues to be an amazing season. 3 points behind Leicester. If we beat Woolwich on Saturday, we'll go top for at least a few hours. Huge day. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.